Good morning. Welcome in. This update presented by Staples Stores. We're going to start off here with the Padres. They made a flurry of moves right at the trade deadline yesterday to bring in 5 different players. Pitcher Rich Hill, who's like 43 years old. Designated hitter Ji-Man Choi. First baseman Garrett Cooper. Closer Scott Barlow. And hard-throwing minor leaguer Sean Reynolds. That signifies that the Padres are all in on trying to make a late push this season. With 54 games left, Padres 2 games under 500, 5 games back of the final wild card spot. And oh yeah, they won last night over the Rockies. Elsewhere in baseball, the biggest move was Justin Verlander heading back to the Astros from the Mets. And while Verlander was on his way to Houston, Astros pitcher Framber Valdez goes out and throws a no-hitter against the Guardians. In the NFL, Rams star wide receiver Cooper Kupp, he left practice yesterday with a hamstring injury. He missed a ton of last season with injury. He did have an MRI, will miss a few weeks as the Rams plan to be overly cautious with him. Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school right now. 2 pocket poly folders and an 8-pack of Staples number 2 pencils, just 50 cents. Offer ends August 26th. Pricing and limits may vary in store and online. School on, save on at Staples.
Yeah, if you're hearing that scream, if you're hearing that voice, and not Richie's voice, you know Rich isn't back yet.
Son of a...
He's still on vacation. Now, I mean, it's dialed in at this point. He's back tomorrow. But that was the foregone conclusion. If he wasn't back today, he is back tomorrow. He has not given us the date, but I feel like he'll be here. I feel like he's clamoring to be back here. What are you reading, man?
No, I'm sorry. I'm putting out
Are you updating your social media
tweet. I'm putting out our social media.
Okay.
But yes, Rich isn't here. We thought he might be, but he's not. But we are trying something new on YouTube. We're like full screen now. Go check it out.
Oh,
Looks pretty cool.
Wait, we are? Let me see.
Yeah, our faces are way bigger.
Wow, look at that. Because there's only 2 of us?
Yeah, I think so.
That's not better, I can tell you that much.
We might be able to do it with 3, though. Because I was watching, did you see John and Jim and Darren Smith show? They're doing that thing with Darnay Trip now.
I didn't see that.
So it actually looks pretty cool, but they go
with
3.
These.
Yeah, they go 3 skinny shots.
Okay. Oh, I like skinny shots better.
Yeah, it's better for
stretch me
TikTok
out?
and stuff after the fact.
There was a doctor, I was reading some article yesterday that says you're not supposed to suck in your gut for pictures because it's bad for you.
Well, we're on our way to not having to do that.
I feel like I'd always do that. I mean, it's just what I'm trained to do. It's been 44 years of it. Also, we have our coasters here. They're paper coasters. Right. And every single time I put a new one out, somebody folds it in half. What's going on with that?
All right, who sits there? John sits there from 3 to 6. Darren sits there from noon to 3. Saboteurs.
That's right. Peggy, good morning, carnivores, is what she says to us on the YouTube channel. Good morning, Peggy. Listen, I did break the carnivore diet yesterday.
I think we both did. Yeah. We had cheeseburger roll up something.
Oh, wait. Is that wasn't part of the carnivore diet?
I have no idea. I can't imagine
I didn't break it with that.
There's no way that thing is 0 carbs.
No, it was. Didn't you look? Oh no, we looked up the hot dog and it was like 2. I wonder what that one is.
I'm guessing not 0 or 2.
It's not 0. No way. No, I had some raspberries yesterday.
Oh, I'd give it a pass.
Yeah, I couldn't help it.
It's okay.
And
you needed something sweet.
I got to tell you, yeah, they tasted delicious.
I bet they did, man.
And I'm not a huge raspberry fan, but my God, when you've had ground beef and ground chicken for 2 weeks.
We're going to get to the Padres trade deadline because it ended up actually being a little crazy. And we both got thoughts on it. But last night was the first time throughout this whole process where, like, literally I had the feeling of homesick. Like,
because you wanted something different.
Yeah, I know. Like, homesick in the sense of I do miss my parents. I love my parents, but it wasn't about them at all. It was like about the desserts I used to have when I was a kid. Because last night I had a real hankering for like something sweet. And so I really wanted, my dad used to make, it was like just a graham cracker with peanut butter on top and chocolate chips. And that is all I wanted in the world.
Wow. That sounds delicious.
And I didn't do it, you raspberry softy.
Yeah, it was. There was a package in the fridge and I thought I should just try one. I'll just try one. And then I ate, I don't know, 15.
So Peggy says, good morning, carnivores. Good morning, Peggy. Our buddy Jason says, "Good morning, guys. Can you give a rundown of the long ball golf tour? Only got partial wind of it yesterday." So
Yeah.
at 8:45 this morning, our friends from Long Ball are going to be in to go into more detail and announce our first winner, who has already been drawn. But Jason, for you and anybody else out there who's missed it, if you head over to sportssd.com and go to our contest page, and you might have to scroll a little bit because there's been some stuff that's come in on top of it later because we're giving away 1 million concert tickets right now. But if you scroll a little bit, you'll find free golf with Big Rich, TD, and Fletch presented by Long Ball. And basically, once a month, we are going to take one listener out to play a full 18 holes at one of these beautiful San Diego golf courses where you can purchase Long Ball at. And we're going to play a round of golf with them, which is going to consist of a 4.5 hour, 5 hour walk outside with friends, drinking a lot of booze and playing a little golf.
Yeah, absolutely. On the text line, if you want to text in 70470, if you'd like to join the show, start your message with the word team. 913. You guys are big guys. Good thing you have good complexions. Yeah, I guess so. And also, no food tasting yesterday. You guys could have at least judged protein shakes. We've gone 2 weeks without food testing because I don't even know what to eat anymore.
I really was going to bring in just blocks of cheddar cheese yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough when you're on these diets because we're not going to bring a full on barbecue in here.
I want to.
Yeah, but Travis and I are sane human beings. The
No.
insane one isn't here yet, and he's the one who peer pressures Travis into getting me in trouble.
I feel like it's a mutual peer pressure. We come up with stupid ideas and then just run with them, and then we outnumber you.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, and there's no one here to stop us. This is no longer on you, Ben. That's over with. The trade deadline for the Padres, you did bring it up. Not for the Padres, Major League Baseball came and went yesterday. 3 p.m. was the trade deadline. Somehow after the trade deadline, there were still trades made, but it's cool. It's
Paperwork.
fine. Yeah, I know.
It all has the physicals, pending stuff, a bunch of different BS. Like if AJ Preller were to text a general manager at 2:45,
yes,
and say I want to get this done, they do have a little bit of a window after 3 o'clock to make it happen.
Yeah, but as long as it was initiated prior to blah blah blah. So yeah, it did happen yesterday. The trade deadline came and went. The big trade of the day was expected, except we didn't really know his landing spot. Verlander goes back to Houston, so that's cool. They're better now.
Yeah, but he's not a Dodger, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that, but that may have been my second least favorite spot for him to go.
Well, the Astros are just really good, and they just got really better. And so, I mean, they threw a freaking no-hitter yesterday.
Yeah.
Framber Valdez just goes out, and right after they sign a trade for Justin Verlander, he goes out and no-hits the Guardians.
93 pitches is what it took. The fewest number of pitches to throw a no-hitter since 1999. It took 88, and it was Cone, I believe. I don't know where the number is where I wrote down. David Cone, 88 pitches. Gosh, that's crazy.
88
pitches. It's incredible.
Just being lazy.
Yeah, no doubt.
So full breakdown for the Padres. They received a total of 5 players: Rich Hill, Ji-Man Choi, Garrett Cooper, Scott Barlow, Sean Reynolds. Sean Reynolds is going to be a minor league piece. However, I did hear John Schaefer saying he tips the radar gun at over 100 miles an hour.
Sweet.
And AJ Preller did say yesterday that we could end up seeing him in 2023, definitely 2024. So Sean Reynolds, one of those prospects that I would say good that they were able to get him, is going to move his way to the top of the list quick. Ji-Man Choi apparently is going to be a fan favorite in San Diego. We'll see. He's going to add some pop to this lineup. He's hitting worse than Trent Grisham so far this year, but he's only played in 30-something games.
Yeah, I think he's only had 75, 77 maybe at bats.
Yeah, he's hovering right around 200, but I think he adds a little pop. It's a lefty bat, and it's he's going to fill in that DH role a little bit. I do think that trade spells doom for Matt Carpenter, which not a terrible thing.
Okay.
Rich Hill, who is like 43 years old, oldest pitcher in baseball for sure, maybe oldest player in baseball.
Perfect.
Garrett Cooper and Scott Barlow, who was the closer for the Royals this year, hasn't had a great season, but adds some bullpen depth. So no huge splash, no crazy move for the Padres. But Darren Smith put this out on Twitter yesterday, and I agree full-heartedly. At least all these moves make sense.
Yeah.
Right? At least it's not bringing in another shortstop.
That is true. And it was kind of expected, I guess, in the manner of the Padres really didn't need to bring in a lot of talent. They need to bring in some depth. They need to bring in some inexpensive guys who can add to the team, who can maybe be a little bit of glue for the team, maybe change some chemistry up, maybe change that around, which I mean, that's what happened. I mean, Preller was on the prowl. He went ahead and he made some moves, which look, Hader stayed, Snell stayed. He added. I mean, he was buying.
All right. I mean, I said this last week when I was filling in for Darren when he had laryngitis. If you're going to keep Hader and Snell, and you're going to essentially not restock the farm as much as you possibly can, which you could have done with the two of those, it better work.
Yeah.
Like, this better be a postseason team, and they better make some noise in the postseason.
I mean, here it is. They're 53 and 55, so 2 games behind 500, and they are 5 games out of a wild card spot.
Does that mean 54 games left in the season? I think it does.
54 is a 108, 50. Yeah, you are correct.
54
games. 54 games, 5 games out of a wild card spot. Now's the time.
Yeah, they're going to have to turn it on quick.
Yeah, the season is on the line right now, and you have to have the throttle completely wide open and go, baby, go. Go to the end.
Dude, last night was a good example. You got somehow a boring-ish bullpen game win.
Yep.
Which we haven't seen a whole lot of those for the Padres, generally because starting pitching has been pretty healthy this year for them, outside of a couple stints from Lugo and Waka. But there hasn't been a ton of bullpen games. But for Avila to go out there and get in a ton of trouble in the first 2 innings and escape with 1 run given up, that's huge.
Yeah.
Steven Wilson, rough day, good season. So I think it's warranted. Now, bullpen help is going to be necessary down the stretch. There's going to be more of these bullpen days, I would imagine, unless Rich Hill somehow has some sort of revival at 43 years old. I'd say the one dude that I was kind of sad to see go, really 2 of them. I'm sad to see Jackson Wolf go. He's a big guy. He was a pitcher. He's young. You think that you could develop something with that. And then Ryan Weathers, who I had real high hopes for. I mean, the dude's first start in Major League Baseball was in the postseason. His dad has a huge history in Major League Baseball.
Right.
I just don't know that it was ever really going to work here after some of the drama that happened. If you remember his parents tweeting out after he got sent down to AAA earlier this season.
Yeah.
There's been some weird stuff with Ryan.
It was inclement weathers.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. What was the one you dropped the other day when I was talking about Jonathan Taylor? Who's the kid from Full House?
Oh, it was Home Improvement.
That's
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
That was the most Travis Dale thing I've ever heard. This one's number 2.
Listen, it happens. It happens. By the way, Rich Hill is the oldest player in the league. In the league. We got him. We got him. I'm gonna order a Hill jersey.
Good.
I'm gonna go all in here. Maybe I'll go City Connect Hill.
Yeah, I'm going Ji-Man Choi.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, both these dudes. We were trying to get a hold of somebody from Pittsburgh, trying to find a beat writer, trying to figure out if they could tell us what kind of talent we got coming over. Talk to us about it. No one returned my call.
Dude, yesterday was so crazy for baseball reporters, which is why I'm just thankful that Kevin Acee is the stud that he is. And he's actually coming on earlier today than normal. Kevin will be on at 8:10, so we can go a little bit longer with him.
He is our best friend.
Did I send you all the texts between me and Kevin yesterday?
I think so, yeah.
Should we share these with the audience?
It's probably correct.
Scroll to it. Dang.
Scrolling.
Was I texting that many people yesterday?
Wow. By the way, you might be a billionaire right now.
Maybe. We'll save that. Okay. I do have my lotto ticket.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if anyone won. No one spoil this for me. If somebody won and already came forward, don't tell me, because right now I'm a billionaire.
What if it's somebody on the text line?
I'd be okay with that. Just throw me and Trav each like 10K. Okay, yesterday I texted Kevin Acee. Morning, Kevin. Happy trade deadline day. Can we do 8:10 tomorrow instead of 8:30? We have someone coming in at 8:45. Can't be late for them. That's our guy Daniel from Long Ball. Thanks, pal. Hope your day is going great. And hey, fun fact for you. A crocodile cannot stick its tongue out.
Wow.
Because last week we had all that stuff with Kevin.
Yeah.
And he said, it would be my pleasure to accommodate this request. Do you know what the longest word in the English language is? And I say, can't say that I do. Please do inform me. And he said, smiles. Because there's a mile between the first letter and the last letter. Also, smiles are free. Give one to everyone you see. Dude, we broke Kevin Acee.
I love Kevin Acee.
He's
so
no
much.
longer a curmudgeon. Yeah. He is now like one of the happiest little golden retrievers in the world.
I love him.
And I think that's because of us.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000,000%. Oh, we did it. We done did it. Which, is shocking that John and Jim win for best radio show.
Yeah, we're changing lives.
We are changing lives. We are changing San Diego. Much like Rich Hill and who was the second guy?
Ji-Man Choi.
Ji-Man Choi, Who Jimon Choi will now be we'll have 2 Korean baseball players.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot of them in Major League Baseball,
Yeah,
I don't think.
it's
Tons of
kinda cool.
Japanese, tons of Dominican, obviously tons of white dudes.
Dude, I hope that he does bring the spark. I hope that this is a chemistry change. And
Chemistry change?
oh wow. I didn't do that and you did. Gosh, I feel like I
Do you get it
blew
because
it.
Ha-Sung Kim?
I completely get it. Wow.
I think that was actually a really good move. I know when the trade first went through, I texted you and Rich a little rage texty and was like, wow, Preller's bringing in the oldest dude in baseball on a hitter that's worse than Trent Grisham. Once I look into the numbers a little bit, I do think Jimon Choi is probably the star of this entire trade deadline for the Padres, at least, because you get someone who can come in and add a little pop with a left-handed bat. Like, it's something that's been missing from this lineup because the lefties in the lineup haven't really been producing outside of Juan Soto. So what you get now is hopefully someone who can fill in at that DH role, maybe give Crony a couple days off at first base. Also, just let Crony explore around the infield a little bit because he is a damn good shortstop and a damn good second baseman. This just gives a little more depth, which has been the number one thing missing from this team, especially from the bench.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I mean, it does give a little more depth, and it gives the Padres some more options here, and it does. I mean, just maybe if it's a chemistry problem, and you can just shake it up just a little bit. Yes, Ha-Sung chemistry problem. It's never a Ha-Sung chemistry problem.
No, he's the best, dude. Awesome. He's the glue.
Which, by the way, yesterday's game, he wasn't even out a game with his shoulder injury. He wasn't even out one game because he was DHing the game before. He's back in the game. He gets 2 hits. I mean, the guy's a monster.
Dude, when you're hot, no sort of injury is going to keep you down. And he has been red hot for the last month and a half. Ha-Sung Kim's been one of the better players in baseball defensively all year. And then all of a sudden, this bat's coming alive, dude. He's my favorite Padre.
Dude, he's awesome. I agree. He is super fun. He brings it every single day. And that's what the Padres need every player to do. Unfortunately, Manny and Xander are a little cold yesterday.
Yeah. Well, they win. The wins are the only important thing.
And they won with 8 runs without Manny or Xander.
Bingo. And Soto, did he have 2 homers yesterday?
2 homers.
Okay, I saw the one, and then I heard he hit the second.
I think it was. I think the second one was in like the 8th.
Good.
Yeah.
619. Love the choice of words.
Gosh,
everyone's so much punnier than you.
Guy is not.
619. Did you tell Kevin that the human head weighs 8 pounds? I will. In fact, give us all the fun facts that we could tell Kevin AC today. We have them for longer than we usually do.
Why is my internet not working anymore?
That's not good.
No, I'm just looking at well, I mean, there's stuff, but it's not filled in on the screen. Good. It's working well.
All right. I'm gonna see.
Oh, you're gonna see if you won? Let's see.
It's a big moment.
Ben right now could be a billionaire. We went to 7-Eleven.
The show might be over in 6 minutes.
Are you gonna walk out?
If I'm a billionaire?
Yeah.
I'll take a victory lap first. I don't know that I'm doing the second and third hours of the show.
What? Do I finish the show or am I just immediately your
son of a...
That was that quick?
Sorry, this ticket's not a winner.
What do? You just scan it?
Yeah.
That's how many lottery tickets I buy. I have several lottery tickets I feel like I've looked at, and I think I've won a couple dollars. They're sitting on my dresser.
Well,
but
Trav, we probably would be
years.
on a yacht right now if you would actually bought.
You think?
Probably.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure. We did go to 7-Eleven yesterday. We were hungry. We didn't have any food. We were on the carnivore diet. What can we get that's quick and easy? Oh, we will go to 7-Eleven, who never lets us down. There's the roller tray that's filled with hot dogs. Not a problem. We walk in. There were no hot dogs. There was not a single hot dog on the roller tray. So we had to go with the tube-shaped cheeseburger, which I'm going to say right now doesn't look great.
No, it looks awful, but it was tasty. Sorry, I'm really sad.
It was tasty, but in the window is the sign that says how much the Powerball jackpot is worth. It is at $999.
It's actually at $1.25 billion
because it couldn't click over. It doesn't have 4 digits.
But it's not the Powerball. It's Mega Millions right now.
Mega Millions,
and nobody did win. So
you've already looked this up?
Yeah, no one won the actual number one.
When did you look this up?
It's all on the app.
Oh, okay. Wow. How often do you buy a lottery ticket?
Whenever it gets close to a bill.
How come? I mean, you don't think you want to win, I don't know, say $100 million. That's not high enough.
Nah.
No. Oh, until it gets to $1 billion, that's when it's going to change your life.
So yeah, for the let's see, 650,000 there was 2 winners. 7,000 there was 25 winners. $400 there was 453 winners. All the way down to $2, which there was 463,000. What did LaDonna say she won?
$12.
She lied. There was no $12 winners. There was $10 winners.
Maybe she won a collective total of $12.
She could have won 10 and 2 or 3
six.
4s.
Could she win $2 6 times?
She could.
Okay. I mean, that sounds plausible. That's probably it sounded like she spent about $50 to win the 12.
Geez, so she lost 48.
Yeah, and I don't know the number. No, she didn't lose 48, 38.
No,
but
was
close
math.
enough.
But yeah, 0 winners for the mega.
Okay, well, good. You're still in this thing. Next week you can pick up some more.
It's this Friday.
Wow, it's
Twice
gonna be
per
good.
week.
I may have to restart my computer. I got nothing going on.
We have to start winning. You're still on the screen.
Okay, so we do have internet. All right, fair enough. Then I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just the Google that's not working. Yeah, but anyways, trade deadline. Oh, by the way, I want to say this before my wife wakes up because she'll be super mad at me. But she goes back to work tomorrow.
Travis gets to nap again.
I get to nap again. I get to go to bed on time. There are so many great things. Sorry, dear. I love you. I love you to death. But
why so early?
I'm exhausted.
Because she's like admin.
Yeah, she's admin. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Because Kendall still has a couple weeks.
Yeah, she's admin, so she's got to go back. Whew, man, it's been a long summer. It has not been a lot of sleep that's been gotten there.
And we should probably put this out there. It's been well documented through this that I was a fan of trading Josh Hader. But that does not mean I'm not a fan of Josh Hader. And he was dominant last night when he was forced to come into the game because it switched from who was it? Tim Hill was on the mound. He gave up a run, so it became a 3-run game.
Yep.
So they bring in Josh Hader. And look, Josh sat him down immediately. Like, he was incredible. And he is incredible. And he's one of the best closers in all of baseball. It is not that I didn't want Josh Hader on this team. I am a big fan of Josh Hader. It is that I felt like you could get a lot more value for the future. And I don't necessarily still believe that this team has what it takes. Now, you keep Josh Hader, you keep Blake Snell, it better work.
Yeah, I mean, is somebody calling you out right now? Is that why you feel like you have to pour your heart out? Well, no, I agree with all of that. I don't think you're wrong in any of that.
A lot of Padre fans probably feel similarly.
I think you are correct. But then I also think there's a lot of Padre fans who are like me and just want to be a little selfish because I do believe this team has what it takes. I do think that they can put it together. There just has to be something that shakes out here. There has to be some sort of magic that comes together to make this all work. Now, if they start winning games, that magic will manifest itself. It'll happen.
And look, there's a reason I'm not AJ Preller. Maybe he knows something I don't.
Exactly correct. I thought that about 100 times yesterday as well. Maybe this guy knows something I don't. And guess what? He should know something I don't. I mean, that's really how it should be. He should know something that none of us know because he's so invested. He sees the front and the back end of the team.
And
he knows
his
the ins and
ass
outs.
is on the line.
Yep, that too.
I'm not getting fired based on how the Padres do this season. And AJ might be
right. And I got to tell you, if you're going to push all your chips in the middle of the table, run with it, man. Go. That's how I feel. I think you can do it. I think the team can do it. I'm happy Hader's still on the team. I'm happy Snell's still on the team. I'm a little bit bummed that we were talking to Marty yesterday and we're like, hey, is Snell going to be on the team next year? And she's like, no way. I'm like, oh, come on. I mean, there's always a chance. It's an expensive chance.
It's gonna be but it's Peter Seidler. Like I understand what Marty's saying, and I agree with her.
I agree,
but it's also Peter Seidler, and I would have told you that there was 0 chance Xander Bogaerts would have been a Padre, but he is.
I'm gonna have to restart my computer.
Okay, go.
I'm gonna restart. We do have to break, and there was besides Verlander going to Houston, little magic out there with that no hitter. First time it's been done for a lefty out in Houston. We're gonna get into that a little bit more coming up next.
There was a no-hitter in baseball yesterday and another big injury in the NFL. We'll tell you all about them coming up next. This update is presented by Staples Store. Starting off here with the Padres, they made a flurry of moves at the trade deadline yesterday, bringing in 5 players: pitcher Rich Hill, designated hitter Jimon Choi, first baseman Garrett Cooper. Let's see, where did I go? Minor leaguer Sean Reynolds. This signifies Padres are all in on trying to make a late push for this postseason. 54 games left. Padres are 2 games under 500, 5 games back of that final wild card spot, and they did win last night against the Rockies. Elsewhere in baseball, biggest move was Justin Verlander heading back to the Astros from the Mets. While Verlander was on his way to Houston, Astros pitcher Framber Valdez goes out and throws a no-hitter against the Guardians. In the NFL, Rams star wide receiver Cooper Kupp, he left practice yesterday with a hammy. He had an MRI. He will miss a few weeks here in the preseason as the Rams plan to be overly cautious with their star. Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school. Right now, 2 pocket poly folders and an 8-pack of Staples number 2 pencils are just 50 cents. Offer ends August 26th. Pricing limits may vary in-store and online. School on, save on at Staples.
It's Big Rich, CD, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. Big Rich back with us tomorrow. The family will reunite. The band will be back together, and all will be right with the world once again. Speaking of bands, I guess they're not back together, but we have tickets to give away for like a couple bands.
A lot.
Yeah, we got a lot of. Do we have 3 giveaways?
3 different bands. One of those bands we have 2 different pairs of tickets to.
2 different bands. One of those bands, we have 2 pairs of tickets.
Smashing Pumpkins, we have 2 pairs.
No, wait. Whoa. I just saw this in the lineup. You are good Lord. We have 2 pairs of Smashing Pumpkin tickets to give away. They're going to be at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater next Thursday. For info and tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com or just keep listening for your chance to win. Then we have a pair of tickets to The Offspring. They're going to be playing next Tuesday at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. Tickets and info at Ticketmaster.com or just keep listening for your chance to win. And Roller Coaster Say what? The Ohio players. They're going to be live at Viejas Casino and Resort, where you can witness pioneers of street funk and underground R&B at the best concert venue in San Diego, and you can win a pair of tickets to this electrifying performance that will have you on your feet dancing all night long. Groove to the chart
topping.
That's what I said. Chart-topping hits, Fire, Love Roller Coaster, Funky Worm, Sweet Sticky Thing, Hoochie Coo, and so many more. Visit viejas.com for more info, or keep listening for your chance to win those as well.
Good news about all these tickets. They're either virtual or guest list. So you will not have to come here to our studios to pick these up, because I know that's a pain for a lot of people, especially me.
I was going to say, I feel like this is where you're excited.
Correct.
Yeah.
So all of these tickets will either be emailed to you, or for the Ohio players, you will be put on a guest list, and you will just go straight to the venue on Friday night at Viejas Casino and Resort, which is an awesome spot. And your name will be there, and you'll be VIP.
I dig it.
Not VIP tickets, but you will be a very important person to us.
Oh, 100%.
Also, Smashing Pumpkins first giveaway coming up at the end of this segment.
That's what I was going to say. We should do one right away. So Smashing Pumpkins tickets coming up here in just a few minutes. It is also a Wednesday, so we'll do a little sitcom rodeo. You know what? Next week, there's some new things coming out. There's some new things we're doing here on Big Rich, TD and Fletch. So it's going to be fun. You're going to want to keep it locked in as we head into the NFL season, which starts tomorrow. Well, it doesn't start tomorrow, but football's back tomorrow.
Yeah, but the NFL is getting smart. They're starting to put out tons of video of Aaron Rodgers just doing random things like around the office. Like Sauce Gardner gave him this really nice bedazzled jewelry piece yesterday of number 8, which I think is what Aaron's going to be wearing in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And then also yesterday, the NFL Films, who produces Hard Knocks, they put out a video of a speech Aaron Rodgers was given in the huddle. And it was like a relatively boring, just, hey, you know what? Take every second you can and enjoy it, because pretty soon you'll be old and gray. But they put cool music behind it, and so it sounds awesome.
Right.
But they're starting to really lean into the Aaron Rodgers as the good guy in New York narrative, where the NFL's kind of been leaning into the Aaron Rodgers as the bad guy in Green Bay narrative for years.
Yeah.
And so they're just getting you ready for tomorrow night, trying to pluck every single viewer you can, even though Aaron Rodgers is not going to touch the field, I would imagine.
Well, I could see that NFL is looking at this going, wow, Major League Baseball teams in New York basically said, yeah, we're done. That's not going to happen.
Dude, okay, but think about that. The Mets are only one game worse than the Padres are, and the Mets went and sold everybody.
Yeah, I know. And the Yankees didn't do anything.
No.
Yeah, I mean, nothing. I think they may have added one person, and it was somebody I hadn't heard of. But yeah, you're right. I mean, they just said, yeah, we're not worried about it. We'll talk about it next year.
Like, I can justify the moves both ways with what the Padres did and what the Mets did, but the Mets one just seems like, hey fans, F you.
I think the Mets looked at this and went, okay, just as we said, AJ Preller, he knows something we don't. I mean, there's probably people on the Mets staff that know something we don't. And we're going, look, we know this is going downhill. And what we're going to do is try to get as much as we can for what we have and make 2024 our season.
I guess. I mean, getting rid of Scherzer and Verlander doesn't necessarily seem like the way to do that. What do I know?
Yeah, well, no, I agree. And if I say 2024 is our season for the Mets, as I'm talking as a Mets fan, which I'm not, I'm just being hypothetical. But if that were the case, I don't think 2024 is your season either. If you're trading away that big enough names, I mean, who are you going to bring back?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
the
either.
Mets thing is wacky.
Like
they were kind of doing exactly what the Padres did this offseason, just spending. But what the Mets have done at this trade deadline is not at all what I was saying the Padres should do at this trade deadline, which I was saying they probably should move one of their big pieces who doesn't have any more control left after this year. They just went ahead and said, Verlander, I think we got you for a couple more years. Not gone.
Yeah, see ya. See you later.
Our guy Frank, who is insistent on torturing us on Twitter, not Frank the Tank from the Remy. This is a different Frank. Sends us pictures of these awesome looking carne asada birria tacos that I really want.
What is it now?
Birria tacos.
I know you're gonna show me.
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah. I want to see. What do you have last time? Was that burger?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh my goodness. They're grilled to perfection. Oh gosh. Why is it that every piece of food looks so delicious when you're on
except
a
for
diet.
ground beef.
Well, I have had more ground beef than I ever want to have ever in my life.
Yesterday I got to the point where I was like, yeah, vegetarian doesn't sound that bad. It doesn't sound good, but it doesn't sound all that bad. Like I could go for some Brussels right about now.
Yeah.
Maybe some broccoli, some asparagus.
Mhm.
I love asparagus.
619. Did I just hear Travis say he's getting an over the hill jersey?
I don't think you said that.
Yeah, but that's kind of perfect.
It's nice because Rich Hill is older.
Yeah, he's younger than me.
Yeah, but he's an athlete.
But not as successful.
Not in baseball years.
That's true. Look, Verlander going to Houston was not the only thing that was happening out there for the Astros. Last night's game, pretty cool, man.
There's something special about no-hitters whenever they get close and you get that alert on your phone that not saying that something's happening, but something's happening. I flipped over and I watched for a little bit of the Houston game, and I was able to watch the last inning, and it is so damn cool when you see grown-ass men celebrating like they're 13 years old.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my favorite things.
Without a doubt. It was Framber Valdez. He became the first lefty in Astros history to throw a no-hitter. Took him just 93 pitches to complete the game. Struck out 7 batters in the process, which seems low, but that's fine. Doesn't need it. 93 pitches, the fewest in a no-hitter since David Cone did it. He did 88 pitches in his perfect game against the Expos in 99. But the very final pitch here, we have some sound of.
Before that.
Do
you know the Astros have 16 no-hitters?
That's insane.
The Padres have 1.
That's insane. That is insane. You know, I mean, we obviously do how hard it is to throw a no-hitter. And no, I think that's absolutely incredible. Do they have the most of any team?
See, I don't know the answer to that. I'm guessing no.
That's incredible to me.
Like, I'll bet you there was a Braves team or a Yankees team that had a bunch of them. Like the Braves had that lineup of 3 pitchers who were just ridiculous, and I think they all have a bunch. Nolan Ryan has a ton of them himself.
That's true. That is true. Let's see here. Oh, of course, it's the freaking Dodgers. The Dodgers have 26. The White Sox have 20. Red Sox 18. Giants 17. Reds 17. Cubs 17. Astros 16. God, 16 seems like such a huge number.
Scroll all the way down that list. Padres have 1.
Padres are on the very bottom.
Yeah, they have 1.
Yeah.
They were the last franchise to get a no-hitter.
But they're tied.
Joe Musgrove.
They're tied with the Rays, Rockies, Jays, Blue Jays, and Mets. Yeah.
All right, you want to hear the final pitch?
Yeah, I do want to hear it.
Framber Valdez, here you go.
I love it, man. I love it. It gives me all the feels. I mean, that is one of the coolest things in sports, in my personal opinion. I think that is completely awesome. Not as cool as a walk-off home run, but a no-hitter is right behind it. It's cool.
Dang, I must have deleted that audio. I have Joe Musgrove's no-hitter somewhere. I don't want to play it.
Deleted Joe Musgrove's no-hitter
out
audio?
the stupid O drive, and so I just went back and deleted a bunch of stuff a couple years ago.
Which I don't understand why we have to do that. I understand the concept of it, but if you look at our computers and you go into the different drives in our computer, the O drive has said it's been full since I started.
Because we just delete like a little bit at a time. It's usually like Brent or Mike Usher who sends out an email like, "Hey guys, O drive's full. What are we doing?"
It's probably my email account because I've never deleted a single email since I started here, ever. But did you find it? I hear it over there. Oh wait, he's giving me the finger, folks. He's saying, "Just you hold on a quick second there, TD." There it is.
Two thoughts. One call, way better.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Second thought, Padres celebration, way better.
Way better. Oh yeah, it was okay. I thought the celebration was a little muted out there on the field.
They threw some water. They were jumping around a little bit. There's a big hug. But yeah, it was a little muted. But the Padres won. People were going nuts.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Like Manny Machado's just jumping like a madman.
God, it's cool. So cool. Love that. I love that so much. I can't even explain. I also am a Smashing Pumpkins fan. In fact, there's a Smashing Pumpkins song that is my birth year. Do you know what song that is?
No.
Come on.
1942.
Yeah, 1942. Okay, tell you what, caller number 5 right now. You tell Ben Fletcher the name of that song that is my birth year, and you win the tickets to go see Smashing.
1980.
Nope. Not good enough.
76?
Not good enough. Not good enough. Smashing Pumpkins at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater next Thursday. For tickets and info, go to Ticketmaster.com or call number 5 right now, 844-570-1360. School Ben Fletcher on the name of the year song. Okay, he found it. He found it. There it is. Boom. You got it, man. I love me some Smashing Pumpkins. I'll tell you that. I wore this album out in high school in a big, big way. But look, more to come here. In fact, Tiger Woods done a lot on the field, on the course for golf. Now he's going to do a lot off the course for golf. We'll talk about it coming up next. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Who's the guy that's going to save the PGA? Tiger Woods. We'll explain coming up next. There we go. Just waiting for that to break in. Yeah, man, we got some Offspring tickets we're going to be giving away here coming up at the end of this segment. Keep it locked in. We got a ton of tickets, man. Ton of tickets in the prize vault. And tomorrow, it's our secret stash.
Oh, yeah. I'd sent a picture to you and Rich of the prizes we have for the rest of the month.
Yes.
50-cent tickets?
What?
Come on now.
We're giving away 50 Cent?
How about Hootie's lead singer, Darius Rucker?
Yeah, I mean, 50 Cent?
Yeah.
Offspring going to be at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater next Tuesday. You want to buy tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com. If you want to win them, keep it locked in here. We're going to be giving them away in just literally a few minutes. Who is our winner for the Smashing Pumpkin tickets? Larry,
who we actually got to meet at the Air premiere.
Larry. Oh, I love Larry. Right on. He's a Smashing Pumpkins fan.
He's very concerned about the Padres.
About the Padres and the moves they just made, or
about
just
the fact
in general?
That they didn't sell off a little bit
to
try to get some back.
Okay. All right. See, I feel like it's split, man. It is half and half of people going, they probably should have done this.
Every Padres fan is in the same boat right now, just hoping that it works. Hoping that the moves that they brought in, like Choi has a good second rest of the season, that Rich Hill has some sort of revival. Everyone's hoping that this works, but it makes you a little nervous when they don't go the safer route, which would have been moving Josh Hader.
Yeah, and I mean, look, if you are fiscally conservative and looking at this team going, yeah, it hasn't happened. Look, it's not going to happen. It's not going to turn around. The Padres are who they are. That's just it. That's all there is. They're a 500 ball club. I mean, that's what this collection of players is able to do because the chemistry just isn't there. I get it. I get all of it. But maybe there's just a few things you can shift around and that makes a change. We're going to find out here real quick.
It's all about chemistry.
Yeah, and look, they win today. All of a sudden now they won that series with the Pirates. That's great. Chemistry. Yes, Hassan chemistry.
You really missed a window.
I did. Blew it. But then Dodgers at home. So will there be enough chemistry?
Can you take, by the way, my favorite part of the trade deadline yesterday, and I'm going to forget his name, but the dude that refused to go to the Dodgers because he had a no trade clause and the Dodgers he had a limited no trade clause. The Dodgers were one of the teams and he said, nah, not going to LA.
I saw this pop up. I can't remember who it was either.
I'll look it up in the break.
Yeah, crazy.
But it was just epic because he wants to stay closer to family. He doesn't want to go to LA.
Right on.
I'm taking that as he hates the Dodgers.
Yeah, exactly right. 100%. Tiger Woods apparently joining the PGA Tour Policy Board. He's going to be the player advisor on the Player Advisory Council, and the sixth player to be on that council. And I mean, is there a better move the PGA could have made? No, there's really not.
No, there's no issue with it. I don't even know what his responsibilities are going to be. He's a player rep, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to help transparency issues, which I'm assuming when they say that is, help with transparency, that right now the players are going, why is everything a secret? Nobody says anything to us. I'm upset.
We still have no idea where Jay Monahan is.
Right.
He's still locked away somewhere.
Right. Well,
but I think that Tiger and Justin Thomas are really close. They're like best friends. They live in the same area. They hang out all the time. They play golf all the time. Tiger and Rory are also very close. Mm-hmm. I think Rory and JT throughout this entire process have just gotten incrementally more pissed off.
Right.
And so maybe this is the PGA Tour trying to bridge the gap between their best players on tour and them.
I think you are correct. Yeah. So they have a guy, one of their own on the Player Advisory Council that they can go to for information, and they feel that Tiger Woods won't hold anything back from him, that they can trust the guy. He'll let everybody know what's happening behind the scenes with the PGA. So look, yeah, I don't know what other move you would have made in this situation, because I don't know what other player you could put in that position and everybody would go, yeah, that's our dude. There it is. Is this your favorite Offspring song?
I really just like.
Is this your number one?
Well, I thought this was the only one I knew, but I also knew that song that we just played coming back.
Dude,
so
I'm telling you right now that at least six Offspring songs.
This song's pretty dope.
This song's pretty good. Listen, the album Smash, that's another album I wore out. Ixnay on the Hombre, wore that one out as well.
Call now, 844-570-1360.
There it is.
You can win these tickets.
We'll
See
call
this
it-
band.
We want caller number 7 on this one. Caller number 7 to win the Offspring tickets. They're going to be playing next Tuesday, North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. But if you're calling number 7 right now, you're going to get those tickets. Everybody else can go to Ticketmaster.com if you want to buy them. And what do we got to get to? Oh, let's get to a little NFL news. There's been a couple things come out here as the NFL season is coming much closer. The NFL back tomorrow with the Hall of Fame game, and I can't wait, man. So a little NFL news, and of course more Padre talk coming up next, and sitcom rodeo next hour. Ton of tickets, by the way. We'll talk to you this minute.
Give it to me, baby.
Hour 2, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by Staples Stores. Starting off here with the Padres. They made a flurry of moves yesterday at the trade deadline, bringing in 5 new players. Pitcher Rich Hill, designated hitter Ji-Man Choi, first baseman Garrett Cooper, closer Scott Barlow, and hard-throwing minor leaguer Sean Reynolds. This signifies that the Padres are going all in, trying to make a late-season push for the postseason. 54 games left. Padres 2 games under 500, 5 games back of that final wildcard spot, and they did win last night over the Rockies. Elsewhere in baseball, biggest move, Justin Verlander heading back to the Astros from the Mets. And while Verlander was on his way to Houston, Astros pitcher Framber Valdez threw a no-hitter against the Cleveland Guardians. That is the Astros' 16th no-hitter in franchise history. Over in the NFL, Rams star wide receiver Cooper Kupp, he left practice yesterday with a hamstring injury. He did have an MRI after practice. He's going to miss a few weeks here in the preseason. The Rams plan to be overly cautious after he missed quite a bit of last season due to injury. Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school. Right now, 2 pocket poly folders and an 8-pack of Staples number 2 pencils, just 50 cents each. Offer ends August 26th. Pricing and limits may vary in-store and online. School on, save on at Staples.
Rich back tomorrow.
Yeah,
Rich
baby.
back tomorrow. The Scream is back tomorrow. Everything is right tomorrow.
This will be the first time in like a month that all three of us have done a full 3-hour show together.
Yeah, it's been way too long.
I
It's
know.
been way too long.
I miss my boys.
Yeah, my boys. We did stagger around the vacations when we could here as we all get back collectively for football season. Not only football season, but I mean, I like to call it long ball season.
I know.
We do have some special guests coming in a little bit later. We got Kevin Acey in the 8 o'clock hour and Dennis, right?
Daniel.
Oh, it's Daniel. Oh, it is Daniel.
Dennis's brother, Daniel.
Okay, Daniel's coming in. Yes, Dennis's brother Daniel's coming in from long ball and going to be announcing the winner's name.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
And the first golf course. So
Okay.
I know both of those pieces of information.
You do.
But I've done a really good job of keeping a secret.
You have.
I did it.
You acted like you had no idea.
No, I've known. I got an email yesterday.
You lied to me.
I did. No, I got an email yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
So
Fair enough. Well, so the world will know. But right now, people can log on and then try to win the next one, right?
Yeah, and you know what? I made it easy. I did put it in the chat of our YouTube page. So it says, here you go, Jason, because Jason was the one that was asking for it. But there's a link in the chat on our YouTube page, Big Rich TV Fletch, that you can go check out, watch the show live, interact with us live. But there's a link up there on the chat that will take you directly to the contest page of San Diego Sports 760's website, sportssd.com. And when you click on that link, it'll ask a few questions, and then that is your way to sign up in order to get in to the Long Ball World Tour Golf Challenge, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, however we're calling it.
Okay. I love it.
Cool?
I love every bit of it.
Cool.
Lizzo.
Wait, okay, hang on. Wait, before Lizzo, you mentioned Kevin Acey's joining the show at 8:10, and this Lizzo thing is crazy. But Kevin Acey put out one of the best troll tweets ever yesterday at about 2:46, and then we'll do Lizzo, and then we'll do NFL. Kevin Acey's tweet at 2:46. So what is that? How many minutes before the trade deadline? 14?
14
minutes before the trade deadline. Puts out a tweet that the first line just says, Blake Snell is not in Denver with the Padres, ... Enter, space, because he and Yu Darvish remained in San Diego to avoid the effects of altitude the same way Joe Musgrove did last time the team visited the Rockies. Dude, Kevin Acey is funny now. He's witty. He's charming. He's handsome as hell. He always has been. We broke Kevin.
We should have Kevin's wife on the show.
I would like that.
And ask her, how much he's changed.
I bet you he's a more generous lover.
So's Lizzo.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So Lizzo, if you're not familiar with Lizzo, she's the flautist. She's
also a world-renowned superstar, pop singer.
World-renowned superstar, pop singer,
you do a Lizzo
rapper.
Song. Which is the one you do?
In a minute, I'm gonna need a sentimental man of woman to pump me up. Feeling fussy, walking in my Balenciennes, trying to bring back the fabulous.
You got to put Banana somewhere in that song.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work in Banana because apparently she's big time into the fruit.
Yeah, she's being sued right now, and we won't describe the exact act, but it's some of her backup dancers, right?
Yeah, there's 3 of them that have a lawsuit against her. There's 3 of them that have a lawsuit against her, and then there's several more who are backing up the women with the lawsuit.
Because there was a certain club that they went to in Amsterdam that is known for certain things,
Mhm.
and Lizzo required.
Mhm.
Is that the right word?
Yeah, forced them to eat bananas.
Out of something somewhere.
Yes, exactly. And but there's more than that. I mean, there were things that people were afraid to say anything to her on stage. The dancers were soiling themselves.
What?
Yeah, because she wouldn't let them leave to go to the bathroom.
Oh, I didn't get past the headline. But that sounds horrible.
Yeah, there's a number of items here. Let me see if I can see. Yeah, Nelly Rodriguez says that she was pressured into inappropriate activities that had them fearing they'd lose their jobs if they didn't oblige. There's a couple that have resigned in solidarity with the dancers. Yeah, Davis claimed she was forced to soil herself on stage out of fear of retaliation. Yeah, gross. Now, what's crazy is Lizzo is all about like body positivity and girl power. Everything's great with the world. I actually have always liked Lizzo. I think she's been super cool. I think she's talented. If you've ever heard her play the flute, it's amazing. This allegation is shocking, to be quite honest, especially for what Lizzo stands for. If it's true, I mean, Lizzo, you're done. I mean, your whole image has been shattered. It's unbelievable. But if you're a Lizzo fan, some problems in Lizzo town at the moment, which not good. But what is good is
really catchy music, though.
Yeah, it is catchy music. Yeah, I'm feeling good as hell.
This is also catchy music.
This is really catchy music.
Dude, tomorrow, it's here. It's back. The NFL is tangible. We can touch it. We're going to see concussions on the field again. Not that that's a good thing.
No, we don't want that.
No, we don't.
We do not want that. But what time is the game? 5 o'clock?
Something like that. Hall of Fame game. I mean, how many people are really going to watch it? Who knows? Probably more than most baseball games this year.
Me? Yeah, and Padres are off tomorrow, so there's nothing to watch except the Hall of Fame game.
A lot of baseball teams are off tomorrow. They schedule appropriately for stuff like this.
Because football's back.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just a fact of the matter. Baseball's smart for doing it. Not a whole lot of baseball teams play tomorrow. Not a whole lot of baseball teams play on Sundays the rest of the way because they're filled up. And eyes are in one place while stuff is going on elsewhere.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, it's a testament to how big the NFL is. And so it's Browns, it's Jets. It's going to be, really a nothing game that we'll all be tuned in for just because we need a fix.
Oh, hell, if Zach Wilson's playing, give me some.
Zach Wilson's mom will be there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Maybe his new girlfriend.
Hopefully.
I'm going
firm. The mom is better looking than the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with that.
I mean, there's no wrong answer here.
I'm going with that for sure. What's the girlfriend's name? Do we know?
Nope.
Okay.
You said
is it
picture.
A mystery? That's all I had was a picture. Zach Wilson girlfriend. Let's see. Nicolette Delano. It's a good name.
That's a good name.
That's a good name.
Strong, powerful.
What's Zach Wilson's mom's name? Mrs. Wilson. I don't even want to know her first name.
Okay, one day away from football, we thought we'd go around the horn in the NFL. Dan Campbell, the Lions head coach, not giving up on the dream of having a live lion on the sideline for Lions games.
Listen, this is America. If Dan Campbell wants a live lion on the sideline, give that man a live lion on the sideline. Apparently, the NFL says no go. You can't have a live lion on the sideline. And look, I don't want the welfare of the lion to be in jeopardy at all, but I do want a live lion out on the field.
Well, in Ace Ventura, they had a live dolphin. Now the live dolphin got stolen, and Dan Marino got involved in this huge plot. And at the end of the movie, there's stuff that would not fly in today's movies.
Could happen.
Yeah, it could happen. A quote from Dan Campbell here. I'm not going to point out Roger Goodell on this. I'm just going to say that the league frowns on that. Let's just say that. Dan Campbell is one of my favorites.
Can you imagine if the lion broke free and just started running around the field?
Oh, he would be the best player on the field immediately.
God. So great. I want to see this so much. Again,
Kevin Harlan would have to be on the call because he's good at stuff like that. Like when
1,000,000%.
things just go haywire. There's a lion on the field. He's at the 20. He's at the 30. He tackles Aaron Rodgers and takes his face off.
He went right for the throat on that one.
In the jugular.
Oh, staying with the animal theme. Alan Lazard says that Nathaniel Hackett has Jets players make animal noises to remember the players that he when he praises his offensive coordinator. Wow, that's weird. So when Nathaniel Hackett sees a great play and he's like, "Yep, that one worked. This one's gonna be
whale
the meow."
noises.
Nathaniel Hackett's a little weird.
He's an odd duck.
I mean, it's a little strange, but I would like to hear it out there. I would like to see this happen.
Quack, quack.
I hope this happens during the game, though. When they're all mic'd up and you hear them, all of a sudden everyone just starts barking or meowing out on the field, maybe purring like kittens. What is snake?
What the hell does a snake sound like?
They're silent. Apparently, Trevon Diggs. Woo.
I saw a video of this actually.
Woo. Oh, is there a video of it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it bleeped?
No.
Oh,
it is loud.
Gotcha.
But they're doing these like 7-on-7 and 10-on-10 drills right now at different training camps, and Dak Prescott has been throwing a ton of interceptions. And so after one play, Trevon Diggs basically walks up to Dak Prescott after Dak has been talking some smack after a touchdown, and Trevon Diggs wanted to remind him about how many interceptions he's been throwing. And so he said, "Shut yo bleep bleep up."
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then Dak threw the football at him.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Was it playful?
No.
Okay, yeah. The way they made this exchange sound, it was pretty tense. It was not a good thing.
That's how training camps are, man. There's more fights in training camps than we will ever hear about, and there's more like one-on-one brawls in training camps than we will ever see.
Yeah, well, these are teams trying to put it together. Makes sense. It happens.
We'll ask Big Fella tomorrow about this, about how many training camps fights he's been in.
Absolutely.
Because it's every play when it's hot and muggy and everyone is hitting each other for 3 hours straight. Like, these are all harder than actual NFL games.
Yeah.
Every single one of these practices. So guys are pissed that they're working so hard. They're sweaty, they're hot, they're miserable, they're dehydrated, and they just want to fight.
Yeah, I mean, it makes complete and total sense to me. I completely get it. But also, there was a video that was out. I think I sent it to you guys. Somebody put Dak Prescott already in midseason form. It's just throwing picks.
It's been bad. He's been overthrowing guys like crazy. He's been throwing a bunch of interceptions. It's been bad, but I don't think it's been as bad as Trey Lance. Who
Not good. Not good.
Terrible in training camp.
That's the word on the street. Trey Lance just completely falling apart. Now, we kind of called this last year. I mean, just the start of the season, he didn't look great. It then goes down with an injury. And I feel like the sentiment across all of NFL fans kind of felt like, yeah, Trey Lance doesn't have it.
And
in
now,
the pros.
Get ready for this. Last year, the offense was tailored to Trey Lance. Last year, Kyle Shanahan had everything going to make it as easy as possible for Trey Lance's skill set to succeed at the NFL level. And now it's tough to really judge him on last year because the first game was a freaking pouring rainstorm in Chicago. The second game, he got out in the first quarter because he got hurt.
Right.
So it's tough to judge on those two. It's easy to judge on training camp, though, and he's been terrible.
Well, it's crazy to think that he was the starter not a year ago. I mean, if we're going calendar dates, and now he's literally struggling to remain on the team.
Rich Eisen went on a monologue yesterday on his show. I was listening for a little bit, and he said that there's a real possibility Trey Lance might just be released.
Wow.
Because he's not sure what the Niners could get for him right now.
Just just cutting ties.
And this is someone you gave up multiple first-round picks to move up in the draft to get.
Oh, it was big. It was big, and it was big news that Trey Lance was going to be a Niner.
Now,
I mean, that was a good get.
Look, as a Niner fan and as someone who does really like John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, I didn't understand that move at the time. I was excited about it because I figured, well, Kyle sees something in this kid that I don't necessarily understand.
I've said that like 5 times today about different
you're right,
aspects
because
of things.
sometimes I don't get what pro teams are doing, and sometimes I think there's some pretty dumb moves, but I'm trusting that the people that make a lot of money are smarter than me.
Right.
Now, I don't necessarily think every time that they are. Like, I just don't, but that's my own brain, but whatever. Kyle Shanahan moved up to get Trey Lance. They got Trey Lance. It's not working out. But as a general manager and as a head coach and as a fan, you can trick yourself into saying, well, we really just gave all that up to get Brock Purdy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so if you release Trey Lance or you trade him for, I don't know, a second-round pick, I don't even know if you can get that for him now. It's not the end of the world. But I would imagine he's going to stay on this team for this season and just be the third backup.
Wow.
It's going to go Brock Darnold, Lance.
Mm-hmm. And then you mentioned it in your update, Cooper Kupp, hamstring injury. They do an MRI, not anything but just a pulled muscle. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, hammies have a habit of lingering, so it's trouble. Then it's definitely something to look out for, especially with Cooper Kupp, who's always hurt.
Yeah.
What I will say, just traded him off my dynasty team about 2 weeks ago.
Is that why you had that little smirk on your face when I said
Yep.
Cooper Kupp? Okay.
And I got a lot for him, Travis.
Well, he's hurt, and Rams being overly cautious, they're going to keep him out for a few weeks. And then also in the NFL, they've expanded their penalties for sexual assault offenses. This is because of Deshaun Watson, apparently.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely. This is good. Probably a little late, to be quite honest, to the game with this. And maybe they were trying to wait till it shook out a little bit, till things settled on that, so they could then bring out the new rules to show that, hey, we're not messing around with this. I would have thought it would have been a better look if the NFL immediately said, hey, from this point forward, this is what it is. Bang.
I mean, here's Steve Hartman, and I'll give him a lot of credit for this, has always said, if you're talented enough, there will always be a home for you in the NFL, no matter what you've done, which is not how it should be. And that's always what Steve said, and I agree 100% with him. That's not how it should be. Like, playing in the NFL is a privilege. You get to do something that 99.9% of the world's population could never do.
Yeah.
So why would you squander that opportunity by being a jerk? And
Well,
by
no.
doing something that hopefully has been taught to you since you were before you could walk.
Well, you would hope that. But look, man, that's the nature of human beings, that there's going to be some bad apples out there, and there's going to be some bad apples in the NFL. There's a lot of people in the NFL. There's a lot of testosterone. There's a lot of anger and fight, because these are gladiators, man. I mean, these are.
It's not an excuse.
I understand it's not an excuse. I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm saying that it's maybe is part of the psyche that some of these players have coming in. Not an excuse. Now, I'm with you. That stuff doesn't belong. If I'm running the NFL, if I'm the CEO of my company, I'm saying that doesn't fly here at my place. You are fired immediately if that starts to come down. That will not be tolerated in any shape, manner, or form, much like iHeart, much like most corporations. But when you're dealing with a company like the NFL, a organization like the NFL, money talks, man. And sometimes people like Deshaun Watson, who may have had some issues here, bring in a lot of cash. And there's owners who have spent a lot of cash. And unfortunately, the owners are looking at dollar signs more than maybe people at this point. So if a guy's bringing in money, or they've got a lot of money on somebody, they're trying to make up the cash, you have a place in the NFL. That's I think that's where that sits, which is a bummer. That is part of business, unfortunately, at least at the moment in the NFL. Now, that could change in the future, but look, if it's me, I'm the guy running the show, I wouldn't let it. I'd say you're done.
New punishment?
They're just apparently just getting stricter on it. I didn't see what the new punishment was. Deshaun Watson suspended 11 games, fined $5 million. I guess that they're just saying they're going to be stricter than that. So 11 game suspension could be on the small side. They're gonna suspend people for full seasons is what's going to happen, and you'll probably have your pay just scratched out completely while that happens. I don't see any,
and hopefully no more
numbers.
loopholes. Like, Deshaun Watson was able to structure his contract with the Cleveland Browns to where he really only missed out on $1 million.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. First violation. Yeah, and that, I'm sure that's part of it too, closing up some of the loopholes that they didn't even realize were there, but then now,
Right.
The loopholes are found, so they have to close them. First violation of sexual assault involving physical force or committed against someone incapable of giving consent, or involving threats or coercion, will result in suspension of 6 games without pay, with possible upward or downward adjustments based on aggravating or mitigating factors. Let's see if the second one is second violation will result in banishment from the NFL. Wow.
Good.
Banishment. Yeah, you know what? That's great. That's great. I think that's great. And guess what? A second violation will result in banishment from the NFL. That's the policy. That's pretty clear. That is not convoluted. People can understand it. Post it right in the locker room, man. Everybody knows the rule. The end.
Can I tell you a fun story from yesterday?
Yeah.
So yesterday I was sitting at home watching the Padres game. Kendall was in the other room. We've been reorganizing the closet. It's been a disaster and a mess, but it's something we needed to do. Kendall's in the other room doing some stuff on her side of the closet, and I hear like audible shriek, like loud enough to
Okay.
make me jump up off the couch and go rush in and see what's going on. Do you know what was going on? Any guess?
No, I don't know. A mouse.
Like, this was a shriek loud enough to make me think, oh, she just got a text message like someone died.
Oh, wow. I don't know.
I go in there and I hear Stassi's going to the Taylor Swift concert that I was supposed to go to. I was like, Kendall, I thought someone was dead.
Look, I get it. I get it.
Stassi from Vanderpump Rules, not someone she would ever actually meet in real life.
Oh, it's not a friend.
No.
It's a Vanderpump Rules.
Yes.
I was going to say character, but I mean, I guess it's a
Character's
character.
the right word.
Yeah, character. I think I met Stassi.
No, you met Sandoval.
And there's another. What was the
I don't know,
woman?
did she have dark hair or blonde hair?
Blonde hair.
Maybe it was Stassi.
Hang on. There was
Or
two
if it
people
was-
that came in. Two people that came in that.
I'm so mad that I'm going to recognize exactly who it is when you show me the photo.
Hold on. I don't even know if I can find the photo fast enough.
Because I don't know about you, but when Sarah's on summer break, she like rewatches old reality TV shows, and she's been on a
No,
big Vanderpump Rules
That
kick.
doesn't happen at my house. Rewatches old reality TV shows.
Yeah, like the Housewives of Beverly Hills or
Wow,
Vanderpump Rules.
I don't watch them at all. Who's this? Who's that?
So that is Tom Sandoval's former girlfriend now,
What's her name?
either Adriana or Ariana.
Oh yeah,
Not
you know
positive.
what? I think you're right. That sounds correct.
But that's the whole cheating scandal that happened like a couple months ago. Was he cheated on her?
Oh, he cheated on her.
Yeah, they've all cheated on each other. Like this
Okay,
show is
got it.
horrible. Because
Yeah.
I've been watching Padres games on the iPad while this show is just happening to me in the background on the 70-inch TV that we got for sports. And they've all cheated on each other, and every time someone new cheats on someone else, they're like all surprised that it happened.
Have you ever taken Kindle down to the Pump restaurant?
No, but she's gone a couple times, and she has a she has a whole trip planned with one of her friends to LA to go to all three of them.
Oh wow. I drove Sarah by there. This is a number of years ago, and it was pretty full. And then we looked at the menu, and I was like, that's way too
It's like
expensive.
$20 for a drink that doesn't even have alcohol. in it.
Yes, that is correct. Which I'm like, there's no way. This is going to be terrible. And it's going to cost us
Yeah.
a fortune.
But she's going to all three of the places. There's the bar that dude owns, Tom. Then there's the Lisa Vanderpump, like the actual.
I didn't know that he owned it. I thought he was a bartender or something.
No, he and the other Tom, they own a bar called Tom. And then they have Sir, and then Pump is the like bar.
Sweet. Really cool. No, you know what? I think I've watched maybe 2 episodes of Vanderpump
I hate
Rules,
how much I know.
and I feel like it was probably 10 years ago. I
It's the
didn't. I
worst.
mean, the show was
They're
still
all
on.
terrible people.
I do like the Housewives shows, though. I do. I'm into those.
No, they're also all terrible people.
Yes, but yeah, for the most part.
Except for Tamra. I like her.
Tamra, although, have you watched the latest season?
No, but I heard she got in some trouble. I don't care.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if she's as nice as I always thought she was. She's a little wacky. It's fine. It's Tamra.
Should we play the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills theme song?
Yeah. Do we wait?
No,
isn't
for
it just
Sitcom
like?
Rodeo?
Is there even a theme song? It's
I don't
just
know.
it's like that piano, ding 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 ding, and then they talk over it. You know, my life was on pause, but now I'm pressing play. Whatever it was.
Sitcom Rodeo coming up next.
Sitcom Rodeo is coming up next. It's dealer's choice on what tickets you'd like. You can do Smashing Pumpkins or the Ohio Players. Coming up next, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
This update is presented by Staples Stores. We're going to start off with the Padres. Lots of information coming out to you. They made a flurry of moves at the trade deadline yesterday, bringing in 5 new players. Pitcher Rich Hill, designated hitter Ji-Man Choi, first baseman Garrett Cooper, closer Scott Barlow, hard-throwing minor leaguer Sean Reynolds. This signifies the Padres are all in on trying to win this season, making a push for the postseason. 54 games left. Padres 2 games under 500, 5 games back of the wild card spot, that final wild card spot, and they did win last night over the Rockies. One more against the Rockies today before they come back home. 4 games with the Doyers. Elsewhere in baseball, the biggest move yesterday was Justin Verlander. He's heading back to the Astros from the Mets, and while Verlander was on his way to Houston, Astros pitcher Framber Valdez, he threw a no-hitter against the Cleveland Guardians. In the NFL, Rams star wide receiver Cooper Kupp, he left practice yesterday with a hammy injury. He did have an MRI. He's going to miss a couple of weeks here as the Rams plan to be overly cautious with their star wide receiver who missed quite a bit of time last year due to injury. Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school. Right now, 2 pocket poly folders and an 8-pack of Staples number 2 pencils, just 50 cents each. Offer ends August 26th. Pricing and limits may vary in-store and online. School on, save on at Staples.
Big Rich, CD, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. Rich out on vacation for just about 90 more minutes. Because after it wraps up today, the band is back together.
We're back.
We're back, everybody. And it's going to feel so good. Did we get a caller? I forgot to say we need a caller. We just said we're playing Sitcom Rodeo.
Son of a gun.
Whoops. If you'd like to play Sitcom Rodeo because you'd like to win either is it Smashing Pumpkins?
Whatever they want.
It's Smashing Pumpkins or Ohio players. 844-570-1360. Call right now. Get you on the line if you know your sitcom and or show theme songs. And I feel like this week's pretty easy. The lineup, I feel like I would know every single one of these instantaneously. Well, except for maybe one. So you got to be good. But yeah, man, Sitcom Rodeo, 844-570-1360 if you want to go see Smashing Pumpkins.
Any of them.
How would you not know any of them?
I've never heard of most of these.
You're out of your mind. You are outside of your mind.
I know one for sure.
Is it the cartoon?
No.
Oh. Speaking of cartoons, which not really a cartoon, but Pee-wee's Playhouse, which obviously shaped my childhood. Paul Rubens, who passed away a couple days ago after a bout with cancer. If you saw Pee-wee's Big Adventure, in one of the scenes, he is near the Cabazon outlets, which are there now. They weren't there when the movie was filmed, and there's some dinosaurs out there in the middle of the desert. They painted one up to look like Pee-wee Herman.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Pretty neat.
A lot of celebrities have passed away here in the last week and a half.
I know celebrities and musicians. We had who do we have here? Who was the first one? Tony Bennett, Sinead O'Connor. What was the third one? I don't remember.
Well, there's Angus Fox and Pee Wee Herman now.
Yeah, there was Angus Fox.
But there was a third one.
Yeah, there was another one. Whatever it is. It's very sad. We're losing them quick, which is not good. I know. I always I hate when we get to the end of the year and they do those end of year wrap ups and then they start rolling through the list of people who passed away. And you're like, oh man, we lost a lot this year. What's going on? Seems like it's more and more as I get older.
Well, if anyone's not scared, call now, 844-570-1360. We will play Sitcom Rodeo, but if no one's going to call, we got lots on Padres.
We don't have any listener that wants to dial in right now?
Phones are dead.
Should I try it? Let me see. I like how there's a chance because it happens a lot.
Phones die once a week, so.
Let's see. Let's give it a whirl. And
everybody's just scared.
Everybody just they don't want to play.
So Kevin AC is going to join the show at 8:10 this morning, but he put out one of the most epic tweets ever yesterday, and we talked about it a little bit in the last hour. But yesterday he put out the tweet: Blake Snell is not in Denver with the Padres, and he said this at 2:46, and then he goes ... enter space because he and Yu Darvish remained in San Diego to avoid the effects of altitude. Funny stuff from Kev.
Now the phone lines light up. It's probably the 1 minute delay that we have. Either that or this game show is not good and people don't want to play. It's fine. But we do have some tickets to give away, and those tickets are going to be either Smashing Pumpkins or at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater next Thursday. Tickets and info at Ticketmaster.com, or the Ohio Players. They're going to be live at Viejas Casino and Resort. Is it this Friday? Is that the date?
Yes.
Okay, this Friday. Visit viejas.com for more info there. But this is it. We have a caller on the line. We have a contestant, and that contestant's name is
James.
James. How are you, buddy?
How you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. We are doing great, and we are going to play some sitcom rodeo. And if you're familiar with the game, all you got to do is listen to a sitcom and or television show theme song, however you'd like to. Sitcom rodeo just sounds better, but we're using all kinds of television theme songs. You listen to the theme song. If you can name what show it's from, you win the tickets. But you got to tell us what you're playing for. You either have Smashing Pumpkins at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater next Thursday, or you have the Ohio Players at the Viejas Casino and Resort on Friday. Which one would you like, James?
Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Please.
Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins. James is going to play for the Smashing Pumpkins tickets. And this is it, man. We're going to give you got to get 3 out of 5 right here. Here is your first sitcom clip.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a Duckler.
You might solve a mystery or rewrite history.
Never once.
How have you never seen this? Gosh, James, you know it, right?
Is that DuckTales?
You nailed it. You nailed it. See? James knows. He knows quality television.
When was
Ben.
this one in rotation?
I don't know, late 80s.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's an old one.
Yeah, that's an old one. It's a good one. That one, I'm sorry. I still sing the theme song on occasion. I don't know why. It just randomly pops into my head. But congratulations, James. You got one. You got to get 2 more right here. Here is clip number 2 for you.
Tell me why I love you like I do. Tell me who can stop my heart as much as you.
Paul Reisner, Helen Hunt. I actually never watched the show, but I knew the theme song because I thought that is very well produced. It was also you could listen to like a 4-minute song of it. But James, do you know what song or what show that song is from?
No clue.
Oh, Mad About You. Mad About You. That was I guess a late 90s, maybe mid 90s hit there.
Never heard of that one either.
Okay, cool. That's fine. We had to throw a hard one. That was the one I thought would trip me up if I heard it. It would take me a member to reach back in the memory banks to figure out what it was, but it's cool. You're 1 and 1. You got to get 2 more still, James. And here is clip number 3. That theme ran every single weeknight for about 25 years. Ran from the 60s all the way into the 80s. Very, very famous gentleman whose name is in the show. There was a ton of hints there, James. Do you know what show that's from?
I'm drawing a blank again. No guess. I don't know.
Johnny Carson. It's Late Night with Johnny Carson.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
Would not have gotten the theme
Gosh.
song.
Man, yeah, gosh, I would have thought you would have nailed that one, James. It's fine. You're in a 1-2 hole here. I think the ones that are left, I'm telling you, are softballs. I mean, everybody has seen these shows in a million places.
Would you say everybody knows their names?
I would say everybody knows their names. Absolutely. Here's clip number 4 for you, James.
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
James, what's the name of that theme song? Yes, yeah, there it is. You got it. You're back in the game. You're 2 and 2. It all comes down to this one, though, James. We've played Cheers before, but we brought up Cheers earlier this week, so I felt like we'd just throw it back in the rotation.
James, you should feel really good about this one because I've never even heard of the show.
What?
No.
What's up with that? You've never heard of the show ever?
The last one we're about to play? No.
I don't know which one it is, to be quite honest. Oh, wait, I know which one it is. And this blows my mind. You've never heard of it. Okay, let's go for it. James, you know it. Ben's dumb.
A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed. Go right to the source and ask the horse. He'll give you the answer that you endorse. He's always on a steady course. Talk to Mr. Ed.
James, what is the name of that sitcom?
Mr. Ed?
Yeah.
I think we have a winner.
Yeah, James did it, everybody. James did it. Congratulations, man. You just won yourself a pair of tickets to go see Smashing Pumpkins at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater next Thursday. Everybody else, for tickets and info, we're going to Ticketmaster.com. But you, my friend, you will be there, courtesy of Big Rich CD and Fletch. How you feeling, James?
Oh, I feel great. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Hang on the line. Ben will get your info, and we'll get you those tickets digitally. You don't have to come by and pick them up, right, Ben?
What the hell is Mr. Ed?
How have you never seen Mr. Ed? It's a talking
Probably
horse.
because it ran from 1961 to 1966.
I feel like I watched it 1,000 times.
It was off the air 30 years before I was born, Travis.
Everybody knows Mr. Ed. Are you saying that your generation doesn't know Mr.
I
Ed?
have never heard of Mr. Ed. Is it a movie or a show about a talking horse?
Yes. Oh, so the word mustache.
Yeah, but it's live action. How did they make it look like the horse was talking?
If you only got a mustache.
This is before CGI.
They put peanut butter on the gums of the horse, and it would move his lips to try to get the peanut butter off the gums, and it looked like he was talking. That is a actual fact.
Was it like a moral of the story every episode given by Mr. Ed?
No. It would just be, hijinks and hilarity would ensue every single episode of Mr. Ed. I don't feel like there was ever a moral compass anywhere. It was like Andy Griffith's show, but it was, it was goofy. It was funny. It was heartwarming, but it was with a talking horse.
Cool.
Okay,
James,
so
hang on
anyways,
hold for
yeah.
2 minutes, and I'll get you and get all your information
Can
and
we
stuff. Thank
watch?
you for calling.
Can we watch Mr. Ed anywhere? Let's see.
I don't know. Probably on YouTube. I think things that are that old don't even have copyright anymore.
Let's see. Where do I watch it? I can't even watch it anywhere. Listen, I'm going to find some old VHS tapes of Mr. Ed, and you're going to come over and you're going to get schooled on some good programming. Did you ever watch The Twilight Zone?
Yes.
Like the old ones?
Not growing up, but it's like Kendall's favorite show. The old ones, yeah.
Oh, I love it too. Yeah, I love it. You didn't watch them growing up? Why?
Never did.
Weird. What did you do during the
My
summer?
mom watched them growing up.
During the summer, okay, there's nothing going on. You would have to do whatever your household chores you had to get done. And then you'd sit there in the living room and watch I Love Lucy and Mr. Ed and Twilight Zone. And that's incredible.
I'll be honest. There
And eat
wasn't
SpaghettiOs.
a whole lot of sitting around in my childhood.
You did stuff?
We had a pool in the backyard.
Oh,
I was in all different sports all the
you're
time.
killing chickens.
My brother was just trying to wrestle me to death every day.
Yeah.
We killed a lot of chickens during
Yeah.
the summer. That's when we could get the most work done.
Huh. Well, I
And
mean,
it's called harvesting, not killing. Come on.
oh yeah, harvesting. Apparently there's something that may help us stave off diabetes. And
But we're not going to like it.
we're not going to like it. We're not going to like it, but we may have to add it to our diet on one of these Next Level Fit Guy stuff. We'll tell you what that is. Also, Taco Bell is in a lawsuit, and I'm not sure which side I'm on. We'll explain coming up next. Big Receipt and Fletch. I want to just listen to these songs.
I know this one too.
Okay.
Apparently, I'm an Offspring fan.
That's like three. Are you 3 for 3 so far? Have you played any that you haven't known yet?
No. I guess I know them all.
Yeah. Do we have another pair of those?
Not today.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow we do.
Okay. Confused. So we do have tickets left. They are for the Ohio players. We're going to be live at Viejas Arena or Viejas Casino and Resort. Witness pioneers of street funk and underground R&B, the best concert venue in San Diego. If you want to buy tickets, visit viejas.com. Give you some info there as well, or keep listening for your chance to win those tickets. Kevin Acey coming up next hour so we can get into how great the trades were for the Padres.
Yeah, I'm curious Kevin's take. He didn't really put anything out on social media yesterday. He did write an article last night. I read a little bit of it. I'm curious to see how he sounds about this trade. Not necessarily what he says, how he sounds.
Ooh, yeah. Good
See
call.
if he's excited about it, because you can tell when Kev gets a little excited about things. Now, he called this, by the way, 3 weeks ago on our show when we were all convinced they were going to be selling because, it makes sense to sell at this point.
Right.
But he said, no, they're probably going to end up buying. And he said they're probably going to end up getting a lefty bat, maybe back of the rotation bullpen guy. And they'll probably end up adding maybe a starting pitcher who can just eat some innings for him. That's exactly what they did. So Kev was 3 for 3 on his predictions.
Very nice. Check this out. Kelly Ripa says that she made eye contact with her daughter Lola when she walked in on her and her husband Mark Consuelos having sex. Let the girl watch.
Yeah, see, that's really funny in a comedy show. It sounds horrible and traumatizing. In a daughter, how old is this girl?
Well, I think she's a teenager now. I do believe Kelly
Still
Ripa.
horrible.
I believe Kelly Ripa was talking about when she was young and just happened to walk in.
Jeez.
It's good times. Very good times. Also, what was the other thing? Kate Upton apparently got about 10 times the welcome on her Instagram page. Welcome back to Houston than Justin Verlander did.
Duh.
Yeah.
It was like,
shocker.
When we mentioned there was a rumor that the Padres might be in on maybe questioning about maybe bringing in Justin Verlander. Our text line had 40 texts in a row, and they were all Kate Upton. None of them were Justin Verlander.
Kate Upton, they married, right? A number of years ago. Okay. I thought didn't want to say girlfriend.
No, they're married.
Okay, good.
I wonder who has a bigger net worth. Justin Verlander's made a lot of money, but so is Kate
Let's
Upton.
look it up. Kate Upton net worth. Okay. Kate Upton net worth. I thought this would only 20 million. That's it.
Yeah, Justin Verlander has her beat with 1 year of playing baseball.
Yeah, no doubt. Wait, hold on here. This 30 million is what the whoa. It depends on what I'm looking at here. How come these are all convoluted? There's no way 20 million is her net worth.
No, I think it'd be way higher than that.
This
she's like one of the most recognizable, best known models of all time.
Supermodel Kate Upton. Verlander is worth sorry. I guess they're calling her Verlander. Oh no, Verlander estimated 150 million, Kate Upton 280 million.
Yeah, that sounds more accurate.
Yeah, that sounds accurate. 280 million. God, between the two of them, only $500 million.
That's it. Weak. I was almost a billionaire today.
You were, and with just $2, a $2 investment, you would have been a billionaire.
Hey, but no one else won either.
So it goes on next week. So
no, this Friday.
Oh, that's right, this Friday. And how much do you think it jumps up? It was what, 1 point?
Probably a couple 100,000.
Oh, it'll be more than that.
It was like 1.25.
1.25.
I would imagine it's over 1.5.
What's the highest ever?
I don't know.
Gosh.
I don't know for Mega Millions. For Powerball, it got up like, I want to say over 2.
Highest ever Mega Millions. Oh, yeah, 2.04 billion.
Yeah.
It's got a ways. Whew. Gosh, can you imagine that?
Yeah, I would like to.
Look, and people will say right off the bat, like, oh, you win a $2 billion jackpot. The cash payout's going to be $1 billion, and then after taxes, you only make $600 million.
Oh, sorry.
I chance it. Yeah, I tried to figure it out.
Yeah,
apparently,
my family, and nobody within the foreseeable future would ever have to worry about anything ever again with $600 million.
Correct.
At least if they have that Fletcher name stamped on it.
And I would also buy so much unnecessary crap.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, just garbage.
I would literally go out and say, what is the most expensive truck in the world? And I would get that truck.
Correct. Yeah, definitely without a doubt.
And it would be stupidly big,
I would have a truck. You'd see me rolling here
big
in
ass boat.
oh, without a doubt. But you'd see me rolling to well, you wouldn't see me rolling to work. You'd see me driving by work honking in a number of different colored Lamborghinis.
What's up, losers? Started from the bottom. Now we here.
As I still pull into 7-Eleven to buy one of those hot dog shaped hamburgers, which don't look great, but taste pretty good.
They were pretty good.
Yeah, it's shocking.
Now I would take care of you and Rich.
Well, I appreciate that. We'd have to put oil on you though for the rest of our lives.
Yeah,
at the pool.
minor consequence. I would talk to each of your wives and see how much it would be to buy them out of your marriages. Because you would need to be married to the world.
I don't feel like it would be a lot.
No, I don't
I
either.
feel like the number.
In fact, with Annie, she might pay me. Right. Sarah would be like,
same
"Oh,
with
but-"
Sarah.
Sarah would be like, he's really good at oil changes. So,
Yeah. So if you can just give me some oil changes for life, that would be great. Apparently, there's a certain item that will help us control blood sugar in type 2 diabetics and stave off diabetes. And that item is something I don't want to partake in. Kombucha.
yeah, I'm out on kombucha. You know what I'm in on?
What's that?
Long ball.
Oh, yeah, I do like long ball.
I'm in on long ball. And we
Yeah.
had Jason asking the show earlier today to tell us more about the long ball tour of San Diego
Talk to me
golf.
more about the long ball invitational tour of golf.
The long ball invitational tour of Big Rich, TD, and Fletch
Yes.
golf with listeners.
Yes.
Essentially, what you got to do is head over to our YouTube page right now at Big Rich TD Fletch and go down the chat, because in the chat there is a link. That link leads you to sportssd.com to our contest tab, where you can fill out a little form. Just tell us who you are, and you get entered in to win next month's free round of golf with Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Where the three of us will take you and a bunch of long balls, and we will head out to the course and play a round of golf and get you home by dinner time, hopefully. We do have the winner for this month. It is now going to be announced next Monday, but keep an eye out, because I'm going to be reaching out to you today to make sure that you can do this. But yeah, long ball, awesome beverage. We went out to the long ball invitational a couple weeks ago, had pretty much the time of our lives as Travis by the 18th green was rolling on the ground, punching the air. Rich had his shirt off. I had my shirt off. There was vitamin B12
Listen,
shots at some point.
there-
Someone poked me with something.
That did happen. That
It
did
was
happen.
just such a cluster of a day, but in the most incredible way. And that's because of our guys, Dennis and Daniel O'Connor. They took the classic cocktail, the long ball and soda. They put a little backspin on it and threw it in a can. The world's finest lemon iced tea, ready to drink cocktail that can keep the party going all day long. We are talking about long balls, crafted in San Diego in January of 2023. Long ball is shareable. It's crushable. It's a canned cocktail with just 3 ingredients and only 123 calories, just 5 grams of sugar. Long balls have that clean, refreshing finish that'll keep you in the game all day long. Find Long Ball at more than 20 San Diego golf courses, a bunch of different retailers. You can visit longballshooter.com for a full list of retailers. Go long, tease nuts. Please drink responsibly. Head to our YouTube page now to find out how you could enter to win a free round of golf with Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
Nicely done.
Whammy.
Nicely. Whammy. We did that. We by you. Congratulations. Hey, I just saw that even if you're a loser at Mega Millions, you can still be a winner at Krispy Kreme.
We can't eat donuts.
Oh my God. What is God?
I'm really sorry, but we can't eat donuts because they're a little spicy.
A little spicy.
You remember
I
creepy
forgot.
Russell Wilson?
I forgot about creepy Russell Wilson. Will he be back? Will Sean Payton let creepy Russell Wilson come back? That and Kevin Acey coming up next here on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
It's hour number 3 on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update is presented by the Jim Betrill Real Estate Team. We are going to start off this morning here with the Padres. They made a flurry of moves yesterday right at the trade deadline. Bring in 5 people: pitcher Rich Hill, designated hitter Ji-Man Choi, first baseman Garrett Cooper, closer Scott Barlow, hard-throwing minor leaguer Sean Reynolds. This signifies the Padres are all in on 2023, trying to make a late season push for the postseason. They got 54 games left to do it. Padres 2 games under 500, 5 games back of that final wild card spot. And they did win last night in Colorado, taking a step in the right direction. Elsewhere in baseball, the biggest move yesterday was Justin Verlander heading back to the Astros from the Mets. And while Verlander was on his way to Houston, Astros pitcher Framber Valdez throws a no-hitter against the Cleveland Guardians. Good day in Houston. In the NFL, Rams star wide receiver Cooper Kupp, he left practice yesterday with a hammy injury. He had an MRI. He will miss a few weeks here as the Rams plan to be overly cautious with their star receiver who was out a lot of last year due to injury. Here's what's, would you like to know what your home would sell for today? Get a simple text message with your home's value by texting your address to 855-600-6000. You'll get no phone call, just a text. Jim Betrell has the buyers. Simply text your address to 855-600-6000.
Did you just finger gun it in there? Pow, 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 pow. Very nice. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch rolling through a Wednesday.
We get 300 pounds heavier tomorrow.
Yes, we do. Well, or maybe less, because Rich has been on the carnivore diet with some added bourbon along with his vacation, which is understandable. But he's been visiting family back east, recharging the batteries, much needed. And he's going to have them recharged because we're going full throttle for the rest of the year.
Yeah, man. This is going to be a fun couple months on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Make sure you are along for the ride. Make sure you're watching any way you can with us. TikTok, Big Rich, TD, Fletch. Instagram, Big Rich, TD, Fletch. Twitter, Big Rich, TD, Fletch. YouTube, Big Rich, TD, Fletch. Go ahead and follow, subscribe, like, comment, do all the things that the internet does to keep us at the top of your algorithm, because we love doing stuff not only from 6 to 9 a.m., but from 9 to 6, 9 a.m. to 6 a.m.
What?
Trying to account for the other 21 hours in the day.
Okay. Got it. Yes. Yeah, we're always doing the thing. We're always doing the stuff.
Whether it's a trip to 7-Eleven because we all forgot food, and 7-Eleven has the best food other than the Remy.
That is true. Also true. These are all accurate, factual things that you're saying right now.
7-Eleven has the best, oh crap, I forgot my food.
And it's fast and it's cheap.
Yep.
Very, very inexpensive. Inexpensive. You know, you can get a lot for what you got. Somebody should use that as a slug line.
The Padres should.
Get a lot for what you got?
Cheap but effective.
Del Taco used it already.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You don't remember that slug line either? Gosh, how old am I?
Mr. Ed also doesn't seem like a very good show.
Mr. Ed was great. Man, I bet Kevin Acey's seen Mr. Ed. I bet he's a fan of Mr. Ed.
We'll find out.
We will find out here in mere minutes. Our best friend in the whole wide world, Kevin Acey, our Padres insider, he's going to join us. And we'll talk a little Padres. We'll talk about what they did here prior to the trade deadline and what has to happen moving forward other than, what has to happen? They have to win. Is there anything else that has to happen? Basically, did they do enough? Will it work? All the chips are in the middle of the table now. Preller went on the prowl and picked up some not so shocking items for the team, but did make a couple moves. And I think, I think the shocking thing was they went, hey, we're not selling anything. We're buying.
Yeah, the one thing you could argue they sold is Ryan Weathers, who they did spend a first round 7th overall pick on in the draft.
Yeah.
And look, that's a big deal. Like, you oftentimes can't miss on those picks. They may have missed on Ryan Weathers. Like, we don't know that for a fact. We don't know what he's going to turn into. He's really young still. He's going to Miami. I honestly hope he gets kind of a fresh start because it's been a little messy here in San Diego for Ryan. Like, his first game ever should not have been starting a postseason game. That shouldn't be how someone starts. Now, he handled that situation very well, I felt. This year and last year, he comes up and he's pitching in the big leagues. He just hasn't looked right. since they've brought him up last year. So hopefully Ryan can go and live up to that name of being a first round pick in the MLB draft. Like, that's a big deal. And
Yeah.
AJ did get value back in him. He got a younger guy who apparently is topping the scales or topping the radar
Topping
gun.
the scales.
Topping the radar gun.
He's got Rich Armberger.
Over 100 miles an hour. And look, those are prospects you hold on to and try to keep their elbows in perfect condition.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, look, I kind of dig it. We're here now.
It all
happened.
makes sense.
It happened. So let's go.
If you were going to go this route, the non-selling route, every move that AJ made yesterday makes a lot of sense.
Jorge Alfaro.
Wish he was on the team.
LFGSD. Come on. Yeah,
I don't even know what he's doing. I think he's playing professionally in Mexico right now.
He is?
I'm pretty sure.
That's cool, but it also makes me kind of sad.
I know. That dude brought so much energy and life to this team. I promise you, if Alfaro was on this team, they would not be 0-10 in extra inning games.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I do agree with that sentiment as well. We'll ask Kevin Acey that. We'll also ask him for some fun facts because apparently he has them.
Did you know the one that I shared with Kevin yesterday?
I did not know that.
Crocodiles can't stick their tongue out?
I didn't know that.
It makes sense when you think about it.
Why?
Because their face is so long.
I know. Why can't their tongue be 2 feet long?
I don't know. But it makes sense when I think about it. Like, I feel like if I had a really long mouth.
Right. Yeah, but you don't have to have a human-sized tongue in the long mouth. You could have a long tongue.
You're really hurting my brain.
I mean, like a chameleon has a
their teeth are
stretchable
also
tongue.
so sharp. I feel like if they did stick their tongue out at all you have to do is bop them on the nose and they cut their own tongue off.
Do sharks have tongues?
I don't know.
Let's see. This is a very important
It's really
question.
not that important.
Do sharks have tongues? That shows up third on the list.
Now, here's the one that I don't fully understand, but I get it, is Rich Hill. I hope I am dead wrong about Rich Hill, but Rich Hill is 43 years old. He is the oldest player in Major League Baseball. They bring him in. If the idea is to bring him in to solely eat innings in games that you don't necessarily feel like you need to win, that's fine. But the Padres need to do a lot of winning here over the next 54 games. And I don't know how dependable Rich Hill will be in that stretch.
Well, out of 54 games, if you want to get to 86 wins, which, I mean, that's got to be the minimum number of wins you're getting in the playoffs. I mean, absolute minimum. They got 53 right now, so they need 33 wins.
Yeah,
I mean,
out of 54.
I almost screwed that math up. 33 out of 54.
That's a lot. You got to win, like, what is that, 60%? Maybe
more,
even a little
more than 60%. Yeah, I mean, you're got to play like 660 baseball at this point.
Gulp.
Yeah, it's a big number. In fact, that's probably, if you were playing 660 baseball, that would be the best stretch of baseball by any team in the league at this point. So, I mean, it's a tall order.
Why didn't they sell?
What?
I covered my mouth, so I didn't actually say it.
Yeah,
I hope
true.
I'm wrong.
That's
I really
true.
do. I hope they go on a tear here, but they are playing some really tough teams in these last 54 games of the season. Like, this series against the Rockies is one of your last gimmies, and you already lost a game to the Rockies.
Yep.
You know who you got next? The freaking Dodgers.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of games against the Diamondbacks and the Giants.
But here's the opportunity, though.
It's an opportunity, sure, but it's also an opportunity to get your ass kicked.
But it's an opportunity to make up big ground real fast. So if you go out, you win those games, all of a sudden you're climbing up real quick in the standings, at least in the wild card standings. The division may be too far out. That just may be the reality of it.
We got to call Kev. Last thing I'll say, if AJ was trying to send a message to the team that the message was, I believe in you and we're going to get this done, message received, I hope. And the guys start taking things a little more seriously. Because if he would have sold, that would have sent a completely different message, and that could have ruined some clubhouse chemistry. Hopefully this builds on it and this works out perfectly, and I was wrong the whole season. I hope that that's the case.
You know what? I do too. I really do. I have faith. I think that all the Padre fans here, all of San Diego, have faith still, even if they're saying, hey, we should have sold, because you're probably saying we should have sold one because you want 2024 to be a solid season. You want to be able to make sure you have enough pieces there, have enough players that can make a difference and move forward. And so it's not, we gave it all up here in 2023. It didn't work. Now we're rebuilding for years. You don't want that at all. But I think that even when Padre fans are saying, hey, we should sell because they're looking towards the future, They're also saying we should sell because the chemistry just has not been there. And sometimes deleting a few players will change up the chemistry on a team. We'll give you the opportunity to go out and have some wins. So there's a lot of things at stake here, a lot of things that factor into why the Padres made certain decisions. And what we do here every single Wednesday is we bring on, he calls us his best friends. We are his best friends. He says it all the time.
Kevin AC on San Diego Sports 760. Brought to you by Hamul Casino. Hamul Casino, fun above all else. Quidel Ortho, changing lives one test at a time.
That's right. It's our Padres insider. It's our best friend. And I put it so eloquently before we're bringing him on here. But here he is, Mr. Kevin AC. Kevin, how are you?
Fantastic. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. Doing better now that you're here, Kevin. And you know what? We were wondering if we could maybe have your wife on the show because we feel like we've helped you become a better person, and we'd like to have her perspective on it.
Yeah. There's so many reasons that won't happen. Like even if I wanted it to, there's just so many reasons that. But that's awesome. I mean, that's cool. Like. I mean, I could have just said, "Hey, let me think about it." I could have just said yes, like I said yes all the times that you said let's meet somewhere, and I just said yes. I had no intention of ever doing it, but I've decided to be honest with you guys.
Wait, what do you mean you had no intention of ever doing it? That's wow.
He's falling back in old habits.
Yeah.
I think what we just need you to acknowledge is the fact that since you've started joining the show on a regular basis, since Big Rich, TD, and Fletch was born and the Padres season started, I think that you've grown a lot. Personally, intellectually, and hopefully within your marriage life as well.
Yeah. Yes, I will say that it is highly enjoyable. It is one of the highlights of my week from Wednesday at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Beautiful. I mean,
that's all we wanted to hear.
That's all I want to hear, and I love it. Also, turns out sharks do have a tongue. But it's just a thick chunk of cartilage, doesn't have any taste buds or perform any functions. How about that?
Whoa.
Yeah. And that's all the time we have, Kevin. I would appreciate you coming on.
Not true.
Oh,
Kev, we're just going to give you the floor. Yesterday happened. The Padres have 5 new faces on their team. They said goodbye to 6 faces. Your thoughts, trade deadline. Go ahead.
What I thought was remarkable about this whole thing is that it went how you thought it was going to go, especially considering that we all had no idea what they were going to do and that they didn't really know what they were going to do. So I hope you're following that. It's like they were maybe really thought they wanted to be buyers, but their team wasn't playing to a level that fully justified that, and they might have been sellers. So they were sort of entertaining offers, yet all along they had said, look, what we're probably going to do is try and improve at the fringes. And what we need is to fill some innings with a starting pitcher, not a top guy, but, a 4-5 guy. And then we need a reliever, at least one of those. And we need another bat, preferably to be first base / designated hitter. And that is exactly what they did. So there you go. It was really remarkable for all the sort of lack of clarity and like the lack of rumors that they ended up doing kind of what they set out to do.
So, I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm in, but I don't really know. I don't have a choice. I don't really know the players though. I mean, Hill, what do we expect out of these guys?
Well, I mean, the Padres have faced them and done fairly well, but that's kind of what you're looking for, an innings eater. And it became really clear. It's like why yesterday morning I devoted a section in the newsletter to it that look, this is a priority. They need innings. You can't count that Michael Walker is going to come back and be giving you 6 and 7. You cannot count that Seth Lugo is going to be able to continue to go the entire season. Gosh, he's almost like his own worst enemy. He's going 7 innings every time. It's going to run out of innings. And so you just can't falter to the finish. So that's Rich Hill's just a guy who's going to give you innings. And if you end up getting a few quality starts out of him, oh my gosh, that's you won. If you end up getting, where he's giving you 5 innings and he's giving up 3 runs, 4 runs, well, you know what? if you're going to be a playoff team, then you're finally going to be who the Padres said they were going to be, who we thought they were going to be, and you can win games where a guy goes 5 and gives up 4. So that's what they got there.
Kevin, between the faces that they said goodbye to, you got Jackson Wolf, Williams, Weathers, Suero, Rivas, and Rios. Wolf and Williams, that's your 16 and 10 prospect. Who do you think that were the most reluctant to add in on any of these deals?
Probably the young kid, Suero. That's probably it. The pitching, first off, the answer is I think they feel pretty good that they were able to get what they got. These are the kind of deals where then my email starts pouring in with like a snarky version of what you said, which is, print the World Series tickets. They got Rich Hill and Ji-Man Choi. You can't just make moves to kind of fortify yourself. Every move has to be Juan Soto. So they got what they got, but the good thing is they didn't give up they didn't give up guys that they really didn't want to give up. The 2 pitchers they gave up, is that something you want to do all the time? 2 left-handed pitchers? No. But you know what? Ryan Weathers probably run his course here. And if you believe that you have better, which they believe they had better coming in the next 2 to 3 years than Jackson Wolf and Ryan Weathers, then, to make trades, you got to trade. So that's what they did.
I guess I should turn my mic on if I want to talk to you, Kevin.
I was going to say, is this me? Is this me? Darren would have blamed it on me. Oh.
No,
that was definitely Travis.
It's operator error. I'm new at this, so everyone just be cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right. What's your gut tell you? Do you think this works? Does this help the team turn things around? Is this the spark they needed? Does it add the chemistry?
I'll say this, that if they don't go to the playoffs, I'm not blaming it on what they did at the trade deadline. All right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is on the guys who have been here for 3.5 months or however long it's been. It feels like 3.5 years. That's the funny thing about this season is there's 2 months to go. I believe very strongly that they have a chance to make the playoffs, and it's felt 6 or 7 times like the season's over. That's how long the baseball season is. And this one's been particularly trying for them in terms of just their underperformance. The funny thing is it hasn't been trying in terms of injuries or stuff like that. But I'm not going to blame it on this. I don't put a whole lot of stock in what they did yesterday. It may help, and it may be something we look back on and go, wow, Ji-Man Choi had 5 home runs in these 2 months, and the 3 of them were huge. That's the kind of thing that could happen. I think Scott Barlow, by the way, don't sleep on that. That was they needed a guy. He's not going to supplant at this point. He's not that guy. He hasn't been this year. He's not going to supplant Wilson, Suarez, or Hader, but a guy who's not Luis Garcia or Tim Hill at this point.
Yeah, Tim Hill last night almost blew another one. Hader came in and cleaned it up. But, Kev, you called it pretty much on the head about 3 weeks ago on this show. I think when we were all pretty convinced that the Padres were going to be sellers at the deadline and Snell and Hader may not be with the team, you said there was no indication from the front office that was going to be what's happening. If anything, they're going to add a lefty bat, another bullpen piece, and maybe a starting pitcher to round things out. But now I've started doing some math. So that was your credit, Kevin. You're welcome. But now here's some math. There are now 6 starting pitchers, correct? If between the big 3 in Musgrove, Snell, and Darvish, and then Waka and Lugo, depending on health, depending on innings limit, depending on whatever, and then Rich Hill. Where does he fit into this equation, and does one of those guys get moved to the bullpen?
They could at some point. There's a point where they have the 13-game stretches without a day off. So you can go with 6 there. And you probably do go with 6 there if Rich Hill's being effective and all that. You don't count on health at this point. So it's one of those you make it work kind of moves. But yes, look, as much as Seth Lugo, like I said, he's been his biggest enemy by being so good. He's proved that he's a starter now, but there could be some times at the end of the year where he needs to go 3 innings or something like that. And so that'll take care of itself, I believe, and I know that they believe that.
Kevin, did you know that WD-40 was invented here in San Diego by the Rocket Chemical Company in 1953? And it was actually, WD stands for water displacement. It was the 40th formula, the 40th try when they finally got it right. That's where WD-40 got its name.
Total lie.
Yeah. That's factual information. That's not bunk, man. That's factual
No.
information.
No, total lie. You know what this reminds me of? I do this all the time to my detriment. I will take like a kernel of a thing and then just get my entire family going on that it's true, and they're like, wow, and then I'm like, nah, sorry, that's none of this is true, except for that first part where I said the guy's name was Joe. And so now the problem is, then I throw out facts and I'm like, lead them like there's a fire, and they're like, nah, that's not true. So this is garbage.
That was factual information. Also in San Diego, it's illegal to shoot jackrabbits from the back of a streetcar.
We should that should become our new bit, not like little facts like that we've only been doing for 2 weeks. I'm tired of it. Our new bit should be trying to get the other person to go, oh yeah, I knew that, on something that's completely fake.
Oh, we could make that happen.
We could do that.
I do that to my wife all the time. Can I ask one more baseball question, or are we done with that portion of this interview?
What's baseball?
I just have one more baseball question.
Okay.
This is actually the biggest one I had on my list.
Be?
You know, like I do try to write these out somewhat, Kev, but this one might be a little tougher to answer, but how close were they to moving either Hader or Snell?
Zero, or not zero. I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry, but like it goes back to where I was saying. You know, this is all the indications you're getting from the front office, and so it was multiple people within the organization. But more that, since I don't trust them, especially this time of year, it was all around. You just heard like they're not going to move these guys, or here are the factors playing into it, and so that's why I always thought like it was a real long shot, and so you know. I don't think that the price was extremely high.
Wow. Yeah, there it is. Kevin AC.
All right, now we can talk about crocodiles,
best
tongues,
friend.
sharks, whatever you want.
No, we're done. You killed it.
Good.
It's fine.
I got a call.
Yeah.
I got a call. Like
Okay.
it's an important one.
Okay.
Unlike this one.
Hey, when you get back into
I can
town.
tell you're wrapping it up anyway.
Yeah, when we get back into town, we're going to take you to our new favorite steakhouse, the Remy, Kevin.
Oh, I'll totally be there with my wife. See ya.
Okay. Oh, I love you. He's gone. I'm just like that.
Kevin AC on San Diego Sports 760 is brought to you by Hamul Casino. With thousands of slots, table games, and a sports bar voted San Diego's best, Hamul Casino is always a fan favorite. Quidel Ortho is proud to be the official diagnostics partner of the San Diego Padres. Quidel Ortho has been making a difference every day, changing lives one test at a time.
I swear to God, if we see Kevin's face on MLB Network right now, I'm going to be not happy.
Well, why? He's our best friend.
Yeah, but he just hung up on us and said he has a more important call. Did you not hear that? Yeah, he said, I have an important call unlike this one.
May have been his doctor. I don't know. It may have been making a reservation at our new favorite place, the Remy out in Mission Valley, a fine dining experience. They offer an incredible menu featuring premium American Wagyu meat cuts, seafood, crafted cocktails, both new and old world wines. It's heavenly.
Unlike Kevin, who did not ask for the website for the Remy, a lot of our texters and a lot of our tweeters and a lot of our YouTubers have. It is the RemySD.com. And this place is awesome. And the secret's out. It's filling up. It's full every single night now. It's offering an awesome fine dining experience with contemporary American classics, Western grit, modern twist. And Travis, I want you to tell me about Ken the Craftsman bartender.
Oh, he's a genius. Craftsman puts it lightly. The guy behind the counter, behind the bar, wearing that old school perfect cowboy hat with the perfect mustache, chiseling away at a gigantic block of ice to carve you a perfect square to fit in your glass, and then that little spin and the stamp with the Remy on it before he makes that perfect cocktail. God, it's a beautiful thing.
I could go for one of Ken's old fashions right now. Last time I went, Mo was our server, and she was fantastic. Ken was our bartender, but when the three of us went, we had Francisco serving us up like 25 courses of food that we all ate until we couldn't eat anymore. Maybe we're the inspiration for Next Level Fit Guy stuff.
God, I love it. I love it.
But don't forget, they have an extensive wine list of vintage bottles, providing something for everyone, every occasion. If you got an anniversary coming up, if you have a special day with your lady, if you have a special day with your man, if your parents' anniversary is coming up, take them to the Remy. You're going to love it. It's a very uniquely decorated hideaway. Western flair. There is a mountain goat on the wall. There's a bear on the wall. And there's a great photo from the ranch in Whitefish, Montana, of Frank the Tank, the owner, and his son, Kingsley. It's a black and white photo where you can see where these cows are grown to produce this awesome American Wagyu beef. Bring your friends, bring your family for lunch, dinner, private dining. If you work over in that Hazard Center area, it's just off the 8 freeway in Mission Valley. Awesome steak sandwiches for lunch. Bring everyone you know. Book your reservation now at theremysd.com. That is theremysd.com. When we come back, Reaction to Kevin Acey's abrupt ending of this interview coming up next on Big Rich TDM Fletch. This update is presented by the Jim Petrell Real Estate Team. Thought I was going to sneeze, but I didn't. We're going to start off with the Padres. They made a flurry of moves right at the trade deadline yesterday. They bring in 5 people, pitcher Rich Hill, designated hitter Ji-Man Choi, first baseman Garrett Cooper, closer Scott Barlow, hard-throwing minor leaguer Sean Reynolds. This signifies the Padres are all in on 2023. They'll be making a late push for the postseason. 54 games left. Padres 2 games under 500, 5 games back of that final wildcard spot, and they did win last night against the Rockies in Colorado. They'll be there for one more day before heading back home to take on the Dodgers for a 4-game series, one of the biggest ones of their entire season. Elsewhere in baseball, the biggest move was Justin Verlander heading back to the Astros from the Mets. And while Verlander was on his way to Houston, Astros pitcher Framber Valdez threw a no-hitter against the Cleveland Guardians. That's a hell of a day to be a Houston Astros fan. Would you like to know what your home would sell for today? Get a simple text message with your home's value by texting your address to 855-600-6000. You'll get no phone call, just a text. Jim Petrell has the buyers. Simply text your address to 855-600-6000.
It's Big Rich, Sheedy, and Fletch on San Diego Sports 760, rolling through a Wednesday. Richless for only 28 more minutes. Because after that, our next show, the band's back together.
Probably.
Yeah. Is he back from? We don't even know.
He either got in late last night or late tonight.
If it's late tonight, he may not be back tomorrow.
It's going to be tight.
It's going to be tight.
I just have a feeling he's going to want to get away from his family. I know that sounds bad, but...
Well, I think he just wants to get back to us.
Yeah, his other family.
His other family.
Even though he's fine with cheating on us on the weekends.
He does do that. Which is a shocker. Man, I just saw this story pop up here. My mom accidentally hired a stripper for my Barbie themed 5th birthday party.
Oh, nice. Can I come?
Wow. I mean, unbelievable. I hope this is
not
true.
Your mom.
No, not my mom.
Oh.
No, this was a story.
You said my mom.
I was reading the headline. You think my mom would hire a Barbie stripper?
It said accidentally.
Might happen. I don't know. That's a possibility. That would be a hell of a 5th birthday party. I actually have to go to a kid's birthday party this weekend.
Oh, yuck.
That's my nephew's.
Yeah, makes it more acceptable.
Yeah. Then there's always good food there, at least.
Usually Domino's Pizza, the ones I go to.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
This one, so my sister-in-law, she likes to do like the theme, and I don't remember what the theme is, but if the theme was, whatever, Titanic, everything would be Titanic related somehow, whatever it is. So I'd
sunken nachos.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what
deep dish pizza.
I guess it's perfect.
Shark fin soup.
That's perfect. Is it too soon to do an Ocean Gate themed birthday party? Yes. Oh God! This seems like that'd be an easy one to theme.
Yeah, easy. Why would you have a Titanic themed birthday party?
I was just throwing out there at random, and not there was. When is anybody's birthday coming up, or have they all passed?
Dominic Giamacarena was yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday. Is there any other show related birthdays? We should do a Titanic themed birthday.
I think we're good for a while.
There's got to be someone here that we could throw a birthday party for. What if we just pick people at random and we throw a birthday party here in studio? They don't even have to be here.
That's not bad.
But we just
not do it on their birthday either. Just someone we want to hang out with.
Just random party.
All right. I deem it Malcolm, the big voice guy's birthday.
Oh my gosh. Let's plan that next week.
Yeah, we should.
We should plan that next week. How do we let everyone know?
It can be a surprise party. And like somehow we get
it'll
someone
be a surprise because he's not listening.
Yeah, somehow we get someone to sneak Malcolm into the studio. And it's just surprise. And he's like, why? And we're like, it's your birthday. He's like, no, it's not.
To hang out. We should definitely do this.
That's a good idea.
We'll put together invitations. Well, maybe I feel like an Evite is not as
classy.
Yeah, not as classy.
Stay classy.
Yeah, we'll put together some invitations, invite people in to party with us, and we'll just do it on a random, not a Bar Cart Friday, because that's already a party. It's just an excuse to have another midweek party.
All right. Anything big you took away from Kevin there?
I mean, he made me feel a little more comfortable with it.
I think me too.
Yeah. I mean, that's I think that's where the good news lies, is you felt like, yeah, you know what, that is true. There's nothing, if they don't make the playoffs, there's nothing they did here at the trade deadline that is the reason they don't make the playoffs.
I would agree with that
Yeah.
statement. I think yesterday was a positive day.
Mhm.
If you're hoping that 2023 is the year. Now they got a lot of work to do to make 2023 the year. I will say Kevin is for sure a little vindicated this morning because what they did at the trade deadline was exactly what he said they were going to do about 3 weeks ago on this show, actually. And I'll be honest, when he first said it, I didn't believe him because I thought that the days leading up to the trade deadline might go a little differently. I did not see a sweep of the Texas Rangers coming. And I do think that's what cemented AJ Preller's foot on the gas for 2023. Because when we were watching that series, we said the same thing. That felt different than anything else the Padres have been doing this season. And I think AJ Preller, from his vantage point, also saw the same thing that, Juan Soto all of a sudden is having like a top 5, top 6 year in all of baseball. Manny Machado all of a sudden is playing some pretty damn good baseball after a tough start to the year. Hassan Kim, really out of nowhere, has become a cornerstone of this team. And I think every fan wanted him to be that, but he's really stepped up and proven it this year. So I do think that the Padres have some positive pieces. Now, I also think 54 games is not a lot of time to make up 5 games on 3 different teams.
No.
Like, things have to start going correctly for the Padres, and they have to start doing that in a hurry. And the only way you do that is by beating teams in front of you. And lucky for the Padres, they got a lot of games against teams in front of them.
Yeah, and also lucky for the Padres, a lot of those teams play each other in front of them. So there's a one way or another, those teams are going to lose. Now, if I don't know if it's beneficial if one loses more than the other, but they just all need to rack up losses is what needs to happen. So not only do the Padres have to play literally the best baseball that has been played this season by any team, which is accurate, but they need other teams to lose in front of them. The shocking part is it's when you put it like that and go, oh, wow, that is a tall order. That's never going to happen. Not necessarily. There's actually quite a large window that's opened up here. There's a crack in the door that there's more than just a foot in for the Padres. Being 5 games back in the wild card race right now is a game and a half. It's actually 3 games better than they were 2 weeks ago, which is shocking.
Yeah, I mean, they were at 8 games back not that long ago.
That's crazy. I mean, that's absolutely crazy.
So coming up for the Padres, they got this one against the Rockies today, and then they get a day off Thursday. Friday, they're home for 4 against the Dodgers. Then a 2-game series at home against the Mariners. Then they hit the road to Arizona. Then they have the Orioles at home. Orioles have had a really good season. Like, I know those words don't sound like they mashed together because of what we've seen over the last, I don't know how many years, but the Orioles have been a really good baseball team. Then you got more against the Diamondbacks, 4-game series in San Diego. 3 against the Marlins, 3 against the Brewers in Milwaukee, 3 against the Cardinals in St. Louis, 4 against the Giants at home in San Diego, 3 against the Phillies at home in San Diego. You go to Houston to play the Astros, who just got Justin Verlander, 3 more against the Dodgers, 3 against the A's, 3 against the Rockies, 3 against the Cardinals, 3 against the Giants, and then you finish off with 3 against the White Sox. The Rockies in there are the only team that are going to be a layup, and we all know how well the Padres have done against the Rockies this year.
Yeah,
not great.
Yeah, that's not the layup. In fact, it almost looks like the Padres play better against teams with winning records.
They got a lot of them coming up.
Well, that's good.
So hopefully that holds.
Yeah, hopefully that does hold because that will need to turn around.
I mean, they got 54 games. What do we say? They need to win 30. How many of them?
33
to get
33.
to get to 86.
That's 86. Wins. Now, by the way, I don't know when it was, a couple 3 weeks ago, we were saying you need 87. You need 87 wins. Now,
I don't know that that's the case.
I don't know if that's the case either. That's why we lowered the bar slightly here to 86. In fact, 85 might do it the way the National League is playing, but
either way,
it seems impossible to say you make the playoffs with 85 wins.
I mean, you got to essentially be winning 2 out of 3.
And even a little better in some cases, which is a tall order. But it can happen. It can happen. There's a lot of avenues there that it can happen. Apparently out in Las Vegas, the Raiders are talking with Josh Jacobs here, restarting talks for re-signing, getting some money. Does it happen?
Good luck.
That's how I feel. I thought the exact same thing.
Did you also see there's a river in Las Vegas now where there's supposed to be like residential roads?
No. Was there a massive storm?
Monsoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like taking cars off the street. It's not good.
When I was a kid, I lived in Boulder City, Nevada. And we would have these massive storms that come through. And one came through that flooded houses. I mean, it was insane. It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, the monsoon season's no joke because it's hot as hell outside, but you also just have a wall of rain that comes and floods everything.
Yeah. That's that's bad news, but I mean, Josh Jacobs, I don't know. I don't think that the Raiders would be willing to pay him enough money.
Al Davis his son, Mark Davis.
Mark Davis
is pretty cheap to begin with.
Yeah, the dude won't even get a haircut.
No. And if he does, it's just his own bowl on top of his own head.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure he's giving himself that haircut. There's no way. There's no way you could pay somebody to do it. Yeah. Well, I guess
you can pay me. I'll do as good a job as he's gotten done.
Do it blindfolded better than he
won't need to, because on Friday I become a billionaire and then I'll buy my own NFL team.
You know, you had the same sentence yesterday, but
no one else got it.
Our guest that we were supposed to have next segment is shifted till Monday, right?
Correct.
Okay, so a little bit of a change up. We do still have a pair of tickets to give away to the Ohio players. They're going to be at Viejas Casino and Resort this Friday. If you want tickets or want info, you can go to viejas.com for that, or keep listening. We're going to give you a time to call. That way our streamers can get it on as well.
And by the way, if you're one of the, I think it was like 556 people who entered to play a round of golf with us.
Wow, we had that many people want to play golf with us? Wow.
If you're one of those people, check your email today. I will be sending you an email after the show today that tells you won and we need you available next Thursday.
Okay. We'll talk a little more about that next. Also, why is Taco Bell being sued and how do we feel about that? Coming up next. Coming up here, we wrap things up on a Wednesday. We talk a little more Padres. And why is Taco Bell being sued? We'll talk about it next. Big Rich and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. Rich back with us tomorrow morning. I can't wait.
It was an honor serving with you.
It was an honor serving with you. This is our longest stint without Rich. We went 8 days. If he's back tomorrow, I mean, the streak could continue.
Wait till we get that text like, hey, guys. Yeah.
So I'm stuck in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
It's a possibility.
Loco, you got a Comrex on you? We heard you cheating on us.
We heard you use it elsewhere.
With that Jason Smith dude and that Brian No.
Whoever.
And Steve Hartman, you cheater.
Cheater. Oh, Steve Hartman.
Love that guy.
Love him so much.
Yeah, man. Crazy. Rich and Steve do like the Fox NFL Red Zone, the radio version, which you'll hear right here on San Diego Sports 760 during the NFL season. It is so funny because Steve is a very detail-oriented guy.
Okay.
Like everything kind of has to be lined up in front of him.
Yeah.
And during NFL Sundays, everything is chaos. Like, and they have 6 or 7 screens in that studio up there in Los Angeles that they're going off of. And so Rich will be talking about something happening, and Rich is very long-winded in how he describes things oftentimes. And so there will be a play that happens, and it's like 2 minutes after that play, and you can hear a noise, and you don't really know what that noise is. That noise is Steve wanting to open his mouth, but he can't because Rich is still talking. But the force of the words coming out of Steve's mouth are actually making like a muffled hum. And then as soon as Rich finishes his point, he's like, the Washington Commanders just scored.
That's the best.
It is some of my favorite radio you will ever hear.
And I forgot to check the text line here for the past hour and a half. I feel like I've let people down. I apologize. We'll see. Look, 949. You guys killed it. Another great show. Yeah. How about that?
Thanks, bro.
Looking forward to having the big guy back tomorrow. The 3-legged stool is back. No wobbles in his absence, though. Wow. That is one of the most uplifting texts we've ever got.
I love the 949.
The 703. Don't make fun of Mark Davis. He's just a huge Dumb and Dumber fan. That is true. Yeah.
And if I had hair, it wouldn't be in the shape of a bowl.
It's terrible, but it's like a bowl mullet.
Yeah, you should do it. 619. Shame Diego. No club hitting, no clutch hitting. 0-10 in extra innings. Why are Carpenter and Hill still here? Still love the Padres. Just tough to keep defending them. I don't imagine Carpenter will be with the team that much longer.
Yeah.
Kind of feels like the trade deadline spelled doom for him.
I get his complaint. We missed this one. The 949. Apparently, D. Smith was supposed to have some Rocky Mountain oysters delivered to him. Can we call him back?
To Kevin?
To Kevin.
No chance Kevin eats those.
He's
too boring.
I wouldn't eat them.
No, I'd try it. I'd try everything once.
You would try it?
Try anything
That's
once.
gross.
I think probably pretty good. People love them.
Who loves them?
People love them. They're considered a delicacy.
That's gross. That's gross. Apparently, tomorrow's IPA day.
Oh, interesting.
We
can't drink those right now. 949 also set a weight goal for us at 750 pounds for the three of us. Challenge set. Do you accept? That would mean we would have to average 250 each.
No. We'd have to average like 75 each. Yeah.
No. 750 divided by 3 equals 250.
Oh, I thought you meant loss. Yeah, average 250 each. You know, that if I could get to 250, I'd feel so good.
I did tell Kendall that I want to get down back to where I was when I graduated college, which was 220.
Wait a minute. 250, that's just over 10%. I could do that. I'll take that. I'm in.
Yeah, but can Rich get from 306 to 250?
No, but let's say make up a little of the slack here that Rich, you know.
I'm trying to get down to 220, which that's going to go a lot longer than next level fit guy stuff.
You know what? Yeah, I accept that challenge.
All right.
Yeah, done.
949.
Well, 949, 750. That's like a third of a ton. We can do that.
We'll still be the heaviest show on this station, and it won't be close.
The 425 says that Mr. Ed reruns available on YouTube. Done.
I don't care.
Done.
I'm not going to watch a horse with peanut butter in his mouth.
Yeah. Look, 949. Everybody knows Mr. Ed. Everybody knows Johnny Carson. Wow. It's the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, not the Late Show. I did say that, and I knew it was wrong. And
Was
then I
it
couldn't
Late
quite
Show,
remember.
Jay Leno?
I don't know. The Late Show, I think, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, but it's Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. You are correct. 619. I am an idiot. I knew I said it wrong when I said it, but I couldn't remember. So
I heard a wild story
rolled
about
with it.
Jay Leno.
What's the wild story?
At one point, he was making $30 million a year from NBC, which is crazy considering when he was on television.
Yep.
Like, I don't think those contracts really existed at that time.
Right.
But he was making $30 million a year, and some executive came in and told him that they're going to have to cut half his staff. And he said, well, then just cut my paycheck in half and give it the rest to them.
No way.
Yeah. So for like the last
that's
15
rad.
years of his career, instead of making $30 million a year, he was making $15 million a year, but he kept his entire staff the whole time.
Wow. Taylor Swift apparently was handing out $100,000 checks to the truck drivers for her. That is awesome. So a little $100,000 bonus.
I don't want to like Taylor Swift, but she's making it really hard not to like her.
Yeah, but you know what? Can you imagine if you dated her? She must be awful.
I would not.
I mean, didn't she write a song about you when you broke up? And
she has terrible taste in men, by the way.
John
Why would she not just date Taylor
John
Lautner?
Mayer. I don't
That's
know.
who she should have dated.
Why she should date just some like random dude.
Like I could tell you, like I love John Mayer. I think he is one of the best musicians.
Oh, I love him.
I could tell just by looking at him, he'd be a terrible boyfriend.
And I'm sure he was a slime ball when he was younger, but God, John Mayer's kind of my favorite. Hey, we got to give away those Ohio player tickets. 844-570-1360. They're going to be at Viejas Casino and Resort this Friday. But if you want them, call right now, 844-570-1360. You can also visit viejas.com for info there, but they're up for grabs. Who do we thank today?
Thank our buddy Kevin AC, our best friend in the whole wide world. And even though Long Ball stood us up, I want to thank them too.
They'll be here Monday.
Yeah, it sounds like Daniel was sick. So Daniel will be in Monday. Check your email if you enter to win our contest for the free golf. And then if you didn't win, keep signing up because we're going to do another one next month.
That's right. That's right. And Taco Bell being sued for false advertising. Some dude in New York, he got his Crunch Wrap and he said, it doesn't look like the picture. So he's suing them. They say they don't put enough meat in it. Look,
I want
man,
Taco Bell so bad.
I want Taco Bell. So I would do anything for a Crunch Wrap right
with
now.
A lot of Diablo sauce.
Woo! Rich Ornberger back with the band tomorrow. Colin Coward and the Herd up next. We love you guys. Thank you for everything. See you tomorrow.